Are we live? I think we might be live. Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Spurs Talk Show. How are you? I hope you are all happy and healthy, doing the things that you love, and those you have to do them with. It is Sunday night, people. What's crack-a-lack in England? England. We are through to the semi-finals, and Tottenham, listen, we don't promise bombers unless we think bombers are coming. And I'm not putting this, I'm also parking this one outside of the bucket of bombers they are going to drop. There's nothing's happening tonight. Nothing's happening. But there are stories out there. There's stories out there. The stories are going to story. And then we've got to report what we have to report. How are you? I hope you guys can do me a favor. Smash the granny out of the like button for me. Straight out of the traps. Smash-o the granny. Hey, smash the granny. Out of the like button, please, if you don't mind, hit the subscribe button, please. Notification bell buttons, they should be squeezed. And comments should be dropped, guys. We got some people joining. We got Drewski coming on the show. We got Danny Kiriakou when he gets out of the shower or does whatever Danny Kiriakous do. We might have one or two others popping on as well. It shall be fun. I've called this show Tipsy Tottenham. You know why? As you can see, I've got an ice sculptor here. All right? See what I'm doing? See what I'm working with? Ratatata. What else have I got? Well, I've got a freshly poured cider that doesn't, as of yet, have any ice in it. Ratatata. Put that down for a minute. Get a couple of them. Slide it in. Tipsy Tottenham commences. I've got two more behind it. I've got a few more downstairs, like where that came from. And so anything can happen tonight. It could be an hour show with nothing of any eventualities. It could be one of those ones that live in the ages where I wake up in the morning and go, oh no, what did I say and do last night? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Of course you know what I mean. If you've been around these here parts, you know exactly what I mean. We have got to talk a little bit about last night, haven't we? Just for the realms of the football folk. Yes, I've had a shave, by the way. Yes, I have had a shave. Don't be waiting for a bomber tonight, Phil. I'm saying I'm distancing myself from the claim that when I go live, bombers drop. It's only when I go live and claim that bombers are going to drop that bombers drop. Because Romano and Ornstein, et al., well, they wait until I say it. And I'm not saying it tonight because I don't expect it tonight. You know? I'm not expecting anything. What do you mean no one knows what I mean, Adam? You're on one of those ones, are you, bro? You're on one of those ones. Yeah, I saw what you did in the WhatsApp group earlier on. Saw what you said. I saw what you said. I think Adam's got a little bit of heat stroke today. You know, he's coming after people unnecessarily, aren't you, Adam? Eh? Yeah. Let's get my slurps. Let's get my first slurp in. I was thinking that was becoming a glug, but it's actually still just a slurp. Let's find out how people are doing in the chat, guys. Let's find out how the people they are doing. And then we're going to welcome some people into the background once they jump on board. First and foremost, straight out of the tracks, my man, Box Kev. This man has seen more summer football than anybody else. He's traveling around the three continents, or I suppose it's two continents, one continent, North America. He's been to about 10 games, bless him. He spent all of his retirement money. But he saved a little bit back to give up to some Butler-esque deposits. We appreciate you very much, Boxy. How are you, buddy? How you doing? Let's say this, shall we? Choo-choo to you. Choo-choo to you, my man. Big up to you, buddy. I hope you enjoyed last night's Argentina game. Are you going to get yourself over to the semi-final? Where is the semi-final, by the way? Someone in the chat let me know. Where are England playing Argentina? Where is it? And who's going to get the rub of the green? Because let's be entirely honest, England did get a bit of a rub last night. A rub and tug. But Argentina have had a lot of rub and tugs too, you know? For like maybe, just maybe, the next game should be in Tijuana. If you know, you know. TJ. Look who's in the background. Look who's coming and saying hello. It's my man Eugenie. What's happening, Eugene?
I'm good, man. How are you? I got like half an hour. I got kids running around, but I told them to go and do their thing. I gotta come on for a bit. So
Well, appreciate you coming on, mate. Appreciate
I'm
you
a
coming.
bad parent.
You're a bed parent or a bad parent?
Bad.
Bad parent. You're also a bad content creator because you always sit with your head in the lower third. You need to lower the camera. I need to actually like raise mine. Apparently, the rule of thumb is that your head is supposed to be at the halfway point to the upper third. There you go, Eugene. We're
I'm not a professional. I'm an
neither am
amateur.
I.
So
Neither am I. But criticisms have got to criticize. That's what we do. What we do. Are you okay, mate? You doing well? You enjoying your life?
good. Yeah, everything good. Everything good.
Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. We got Drewski coming on as well in a minute. Let me just say what else is going. We've got Kate and Jimbo. Good evening, Flip Flop Butler. Felipe Falope. Is that what you're calling me? Hope you're well. How many magnums are we on at the moment? And happy birthday to my Jimbo. First and foremost, big up to Jimbo. Another year in your life having to put up with that donut of a wife of yours. I don't know how you do it, bro. I don't know how you do it, mate. Listen, women are going to women, right? Women are going to women. And I can say that knowing that 98.5% of my audience are men. So I might offend a couple of like liberal ones. But generally speaking, the only person who's watching this is going to be offended by that is you, Kate. And that was the intention. That's what we do here. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. We got a third man joining us. Big up to you, Kate, member for 3 hours. Thank you very much for your loyalty. You can come on if you want, Kate, but I think you're out somewhere. Drewski's in the gaff. How you doing, Drew? Good to see you.
Step aside, people. The professional is here.
Yeah, look at the head placement. The placement
Look at the head
perfect.
placement. Look at
it.
Yeah,
right in your grill.
Hey.
Right in there, people. How's it going, everyone?
He's tipsy Tottenham on a Sunday night, Drew.
I'll tell you what, you're almost giving me incentive to crack one open, to be honest with you, but
what time is it there? Lunchtime.
That's irrelevant.
No matter. It's Sunday.
That's absolutely irrelevant.
As long as you've been to church and done whatever you got to do with get yourself right with the Lord, then this is the start again. The week is young.
I'll tell you what. You say getting right with the Lord, I say getting right with the Lord, but I've got a feeling they mean slightly different things. I got right with the Lord as soon as I woke up and then took a shower. So
I get right with the Lord every morning when I go, oh God, don't let me do it anymore. Please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I didn't say to let me feel better.
Dude, he stopped listening. He stopped listening to me a long time ago.
Just
gonna let me do the obligatories. Big up chat. Big up to Eugene. Smash like, subscribe. Don't forget to show some love to the channel. So yeah, hope everyone's well. What are we up to? What we getting tipsy?
Well, yeah, I've just started. I had a Magnum. Actually, I was a little bit disingenuous earlier on when I put the message in the WhatsApp group when Kate said you haven't had any Magnums yet, or how many Magnums have you had, Sean? And I said none yet, but don't. What is that? What is that?
What is what? What
is that? Camera.
What's this? Oh, what is
Don
that?
Julio.
Hey, the
Don Julio
Julio.
1942 FIFA World Cup edition.
Don't mind if
That's
I do.
how we roll. I'm just saying.
Wow. The 1942 edition. Why does that feel? Why does that feel a little weird?
All right, it's got to get off the screen.
Here we go.
Cancelled. We're going to get cancelled.
Here we go.
What's going to happen?
It's just it's empty. This is only for,
Yeah.
It's just a prop. It's just a prop.
Big up to JK Who. JK Who? JKU. Big up to JKU for the super. Oh, I'm on the screen. There he is. Big up to JKU with the JK Who with the Singapore dollar. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Big up to you. Big up to you. I asked the question a little while ago. Where was the semi-final being played? And the answer has been unequivocal. No, that's not even the word I'm looking for. Whatever. Unequivocally clear. It's in Atlanta. Hotlanta. Do you think
air conditioning, bro? Air conditioning, bro.
On
the Atlanta one is air conditioned. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
that changes things, I think, fairly significantly, does it not?
I mean, is that a big deal? I don't know.
It changes nothing. It changes nothing.
The reason
everybody shit, their shit, we're shit, the ref is shit, VAR is shit.
Is that your Eugene impression?
It's a very bad one, but yeah.
What? Hey, I'm not so negative.
I think it does change something quite dramatically. The reason why, I've got to be honest, I think Harry Kane has been atrocious.
Well, he doesn't turn up in big games, does he?
He didn't turn up yesterday. I thought it was atrocious. And also, he didn't turn up in the game in Mexico. He turned up in the DR Republic, even though he's actually pretty bad in that game, apart from those 2 moments. But I feel like Harry Kane struggles in the heat, struggles in the air.
Yeah, he's got his numbers are all padded out. He's got more padding in there than Rain Wilson.
Hold on a second. Look at Blaine. This guy's out of control.
Oh, Blaine definitely.
It's a mistake. Blaine.
It's not.
Portugal,
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Your Portuguese house or the Portugal house that you're looking at.
Come on.
It's not going to happen. Given
Eugene, listen, I don't come into your your place of business and tell people to stop allowing you to make cheeky bets on the eye. Listen, don't put people off for doing what they got to do, bro. People are going to do what they want to do.
Apologies.
Mr. Blaine, you never have to do this, mate. You're incroyable. But don't listen to bozos next to me here. Like they can jump off the string if they want to put people off. Right. You're an absolute legend, mate. Absolute legend. You've done incredibly well for yourself, and you're the most generous man I know. But you've said, Sean, I don't want to hear anything about this being mad. But if you agree, well, I'm going. I don't know what you're going to go with, but I'm going to agree now, aren't I? Because I'm going to have to agree. I'd love for you to give 3 lucky subscribers a Spurs home shirt from OK Jersey as a giveaway at some point. If you don't want to do that, please do a charity donation of your choosing. Big up. 1,000,000%. I will give away 5 OK Jersey jerseys as soon as they've got them up. As soon as they fucking pull their finger out of their arsehole and stop giving and stop worrying about they had the audacity on OK Jersey. My man Edward, I hope he's not watching. But even if you are, Edward, fucking pull your socks out, bro. He had the audacity to come to me and go, "Sure, we haven't had a single conversion from the month trial on the Spurs Hub." And I was like, "You haven't had any fucking shirts to sell, bro." Like, what are we doing here? You're holding me accountable for you not having your shirts ready. The audacity. It's a typical, it's a female thing, that isn't it, Kate? That's a female thing, that is, Kate. You know what I mean? Listen, Blaine, thank you very much for the donation, my man. 100%, of course, I will give away. I'll give away 5. What we'll do is we'll do some giveaways. As soon as they get the home shirts up and ready, we'll do some giveaways in next week. I think that's coming tomorrow. Hopefully, they're home shirts. But yeah, 100%, Blaine. Thank you very much, mate. Very generous of you, buddy. And don't listen to Eugene in life. Generally, would be a rule of thumb. But don't especially listen to him when it comes to making decisions around.
That's fair, Blaine. Don't worry about your investments. Just donate super chats. That's a great strategy. I approve. I
need to get this donut off the screen. From one donut to another. James Flower, how are you?
USA. James.
Hey, you got a nice little pad going on. I think you and Blaine are doing. Blaine's also building something, and he's got like an outhouse type thing. You're obviously one step ahead. What is that? A big shed? What's going on there? Turn the camera around. Let's see what you're working with.
See, I kind of saw. I've got like an outdoor kitchen, just tellies,
Look at that.
The plumbing business must be great.
Is there air conditioning in there, mate? Have you got air conditioning set up?
No, I've got hot, cold water, waste, electrics, all of the above.
But no air conditioning.
It's fucking outside with no fucking walls. I live in Norfolk, mate, where it's like the windiest place on the country. What the fuck do I need aircon for with no walls? Where's he going to go? Feed the outside? Talking about donuts. Let's put an aircon unit in the middle of a field.
Wow! He's come right in. Bear in mind, the only thing we can see is a fucking wall.
There's two ways we go
bearing
from
in
here.
mind, the only thing we can see is a fucking wall.
Yeah, the only thing that I can see and that Drew can see, appreciate you having my back there, Drew. All we can see is one fucking wall. You donut. We don't know what's behind. I don't know.
Should have pulled your tongue out of Sean's ass or what? Or is that how we going?
Yeah, flowers and smoke. I like it.
Brilliant.
I like it.
I'll tell you what. Do you know what? I was about to turn around and say to everyone, if you want to be successful in life, surround yourself with successful people. But you know what, Jamie? You can fuck off and all of you.
I'm surrounding myself with you, donuts. How's that work?
It's good to see you, mate. Good to see you.
Yeah.
He's got his little slice of Americana over there. Is what he's got. Looks lovely.
It's my slice of America. Yeah. I got the. Look.
You know, the Confederate flag. Jesus
James.
Christ. What are we doing
Why have you
here?
got the Confederate flag, you fucking idiot?
Oh,
What's
it's
that
just-
about?
Texas. What are you on about?
It's Texas, in it.
You
is it?
fucking talking about donuts. All I've heard is donut. Do you know what I mean?
I let it.
Right.
Drew,
we got Harry Kane on.
You let me
Drew,
escape.
help me,
Why have
Drew.
you got the Texas flag in your fucking house?
It's home of the barbecue, you donut. It's a barbecue shack.
I mean,
What's wrong with you?
there's a few states that would have. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, what are we
Home
doing
of
here?
barbecue. Let's not.
Well, allegedly, right? It's if you go to buy
thank you.
normally,
Allegedly.
it's Texas barbecue normally.
All right,
we've
there we
got-
go.
For us Brits living in the UK.
We've gone completely off the rails. And the donuts joined us as well.
Danny Kiriaka. Danny, turn your fucking camera on, mate. This is
He
a
won't. He's
podcast.
naked, isn't he? He's wearing a towel.
Turn your camera-
I'm actually in my
Danny
boxes.
Kaye has got the biggest flip-flop award ever, right? That's why he don't put his camera on. The other day he was telling me, how much he rates Tel, even though last season it was the players' fault. This season he wouldn't even swap Savio for Tel. Flip-flop award goes to Danny Kaye.
If that's what you
Well,
think,
let's start with
no problem.
that. Let's start with that. In fact, before we do, just quickly, Danny, please turn your camera on, mate. It's a YouTube channel, not a podcast, you bozo. I just want to spend one last second saying, Blaine, thank you so much, mate. Incredibly generous, and of course, I will give away a bunch of shirts as soon as OK Jersey put them up. I will get them down next week. Thank you so much, mate. I didn't really get a chance because the Eugene came in and fucking hijacked the conversation on intent. And then we brought in James Flower and he started trying to pretend like I was a donut when we all know the number one donut in this chat tonight is that guy in the background. He's only managed to build 2 walls of a fucking outhouse. Who's a real donut? Let's be entirely honest. Big up to you, Blaine. And Rain, from Blaine to Rain says, come on, England. To be honest, I can't believe we've reached the semis. Just when I think I can stop caring, they pull me, or just when I think I can stop caring, they pull me back in. You know what? Actually, big up to you, Rain. Rain, if you want to message me, if you want to come on, mate, I'll send you the message. I'll send you the link. Before we get into Tottenham, and I was going to take a nice little segue there from James about Savio, because we did hear the night before last that from Fabrizio Romano that Savio is our 1, 2, and 3 priority. I do want to have a sensible conversation tonight about some of that stuff. Before we do, though, just on the England thing, this is getting England out of the way. How serious? I know Eugene. Obviously, I know you're American, or you're fake American. You're Ukrainian, whatever.
Where's my passport? Hold on.
Yeah.
Show me the papers.
We can all marry somebody for a green card. We can all marry somebody.
Work on your accent a bit, bro.
For a green card.
Yeah. What are we believing? I also see. I don't know if you guys saw this old video about Ian Wright basically claiming that people that don't like Jude Bellingham, there's this like inbuilt kind of racism that essentially English people have towards black people being superstars. I put a message out on Twitter saying I'm so disappointed with Wrighty. I genuinely love Wrighty. I know he's Arsenal through and through, but I actually really do rate him. I like him. I think he's a great guy. So disappointed that he would go down that path and make out like that there's some inbuilt connotation at all towards racism. Like I haven't heard a single person recently say a single bad thing. Like Jude Bellingham is a fucking superstar, a legend, and somehow it's come back to race. I don't know what's going on there. But England generally, James, I'll start with you. England generally, I mean, are you pumped up? Do you think we can do it? Where are you at?
No, to be honest, I was talking to a friend, and I was genuinely talking about the style of football, and he's an Arsenal fan. I said, "What do you think of England?" He said, "I don't mind. We keep winning." And I said, to be honest, I hate watching like England. I think they're the worst team I've seen in the World Cup. It is so boring, so slow. There's no flair. And I said to him, it's almost like watching Arsenal last season. Look, if it wins it, then it's all worth it, right? It's all worth it. But if it doesn't win it, for me, I'm going to point straight to the manager and say, this is atrocious. You can't have players like we do and play the way we do and not win it. You have to win it if you play like this style. For me, I think we've had quite an easy run.
Super easy run.
Yeah.
Super easy run. To get to the semis and to have played the Congo, Mexico, and Norway. Like, I mean, it's on paper at least.
It's fair to say that we've been outplayed on majority of those, right? I thought Norway were probably the better team. I thought
Mexico smashed us.
Mexico. Yeah. I don't think it's like, you know what, you've been nitty gritty, but you've just pumped teams, and it is what it is. I'm kind of worried. You come against an Argentina who ain't been very good, but the defense is shaky for us. And if you go through to France, I'm sorry, there's no hope. They just look mustard at the moment. So I'm not really excited because I don't really believe, and I'm not really patriotic. I don't care. I enjoy other countries. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
same. Do you know what? I will say, Drew. I know you live there, so I'll get both of your takes on this. And welcome to the show, Kate. By the way, I'm listening to Alex Crook on TalkSport this morning, and he was out late last night in Miami partying, and he got up, bless him, and hung over, and he said that the producer of the show was up until 6 a.m. texting. Well, smashed out of his head. Good boy. And he was like he said not so much New York, but he said in Dallas and in Miami, they've absolutely loved it. All the boys on tour, they've absolutely loved it. In no small part because the American locals in those towns have been so welcoming, and they're so proud of their country, and they're so proud to show it off, and they love all the tourists coming in and then like engaging and all that sort of thing. And the English people could take a leaf out of their book and actually be proud of our country more than we probably present ourselves. And from someone who lived in America, I lived in New York, but if I'm honest, I hated New York, but I loved when I would go. I visited 32 other states when I was working there for 2.5 years. And the sort of quieter parts of the country, like my favorite place to visit was Texas or Arkansas, believe it or not. I thought Arkansas was amazing. The people there were just so friendly. So, Drew, I'll come to you first. As an Englishman in New York or as an Englishman in America, do you kind of subscribe to that? Like Americans just super like hospitable and welcoming and proud and interested in you because you're English or because you're not from there?
Yeah. I mean, I've even made a couple of jokes in the last few weeks. Like as soon as the World Cup started, I'd walk into a couple of places, and because it literally does sound, I've been here for 20 years, and it sounds like I just got off the fucking plane. Yeah. And that kind of gets commented, and especially when I talk to you guys, like it's easy when I'm having communication with somebody that's English. It's easy for me to start to sound very English again. And I don't really typically slip into, I guess maybe it's something to do with the voice factory, but like I don't fall into, I can put on voices when I need to. So I've never felt like I'm slipping into it. I've always kind of been able to check myself. Anyway, I've been going into places like the gas station. Oh, you're here for the World Cup? Just a happy coincidence. That was me the first week. And then it kept happening. Are you here for the World Cup? It's like, well, actually, I am. I have this lovely country.
Especially if you're going to throw in a bottle of water.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I've had a couple. I've had a couple free donuts. I've had extra helping of bacon at breakfast. You know what I mean? Just the last couple of weeks. I mean, you gotta ham it up, right? Why not? Why not? So yeah, no, but like everybody around here, the fact that Kansas City is kind of a small Midwest town, and the likelihood was that it was more likely it was going to be St. Louis, or it was more likely that it was going to be Chicago, and the fact that Kansas City got picked for 6 games, and then you find out that 4 of the teams are actually putting their home base here. I mean, even the fact that we've got potholes that should have been fixed that weren't fixed. There's been, trash everywhere that should have been picked up that there wasn't time to pick up. There was a bridge that was supposed to have been built that there wasn't a chance to build. You know what I mean? The infrastructure isn't the best, and yet anywhere you go into, the people are bend over backwards. They're just so.
yeah.
I think the best thing for me to describe it is I've only been to America 3 times, and I've always done the Florida, Miami, Daytona. Next year, I'm going to do a proper road trip for 6 weeks. But before I first went to America, the first thing I was like, tips to go out for dinner and stuff. That takes the piss. It's only when you go out there that you actually don't mind paying the tips because they're actually doing the proper job. You know, like you get half a glass of beer, they're out there going, right, do you want another beer? Do you want this? The kids have got half a pint of Coke. They're out there refreshing it. They're not like over here where they're crafting for their tips,
so it makes it worthwhile to a degree.
If you don't mind, right? Yeah, and there's so many things like we said, you know, like you'd go to Tesco's or Sports Direct, they'd have the Cheap England Nike t-shirts. No one would buy them because they're shit. But if you go out in America, every other geezer has either Under Armour or an American shirt on because they love it, right? And that for me is just like, I would love, one of the reasons I want to go out there, I'd love to be in a country that I just love being there. I fucking hate this country in comparison. So it's one of those, like, everybody out there loves it.
If you don't like it, piss off.
I wish I could, but it's not that easy. If it was that easy, I would be off. But it's
fuck
one of
off,
those
flower.
things. It is one of those things, though, right? That when you're proud of your country and everyone loves the country, everyone's got a better vibe anyway. You don't really get. I mean, again, I've only been to holiday destinations as such, but I've never really had an arsehole just being an arsehole for an arsehole's sake.
Right. And the only thing I will say, sort of against
New Jersey, I lived in New Jersey for the second year of my time there. Jersey City's got some. There's bits and parts where you find some absolute, like anywhere in life, isn't it? Like anywhere in life, you have donuts and you have good people. Go on, Drew. Sorry, then I'll bring you.
I'm just saying the only thing I would say to that is that the difference, and I've been to Florida dozens of times, and kind of more, I guess, what would you say, touristy places, and there is a hamming up of the service. But to James's point, you still, even here in like a Midwest town where people are, for the most part, you know, there's a sense that people are just getting on with their jobs. And like, you know, when I'm not hamming up being English and I'm just, you know, sitting there as a party of people and not really saying much, so you wouldn't know where I was from, there is still the common decency and the service. And it's still, like James says, half a glass, do you need a refill? You know, but yeah, they do. They're very proud. Even in the smaller places, they're very proud. You know?
I'd be surprised though, like if an American tourist was in Surrey or in Essex and they went into the local Top Golf or the local whatever, if they didn't get a little bit of extra attention, just like English people get a little bit of extra attention over there, because everyone's attracted by things that are different. Eugene, let's you can incorporate your opinion on America as a I don't know, a fake American, whatever you are. But let's bring it back to the World Cup specifically, mate. You think England have got a good chance? What's your take?
See, the beauty of America, Sean, it's a state of mind. Unlike in Europe, where you got to be French or British or else you can't do anything. American, like James is American,
that's not true.
Right? It's a state of mind. So we got free refills, ice, and air conditioning. It's freedom, right? Free refills and ice, it's freedom. So, you know, it's a state of mind. But no, and actually the funny thing is, I live in the suburbs. You see more football shirts here than NBA jerseys or anything else. Like this whole like myth that Americans don't watch football, like it's not true. It's just like the same crap if you watch on BBC about America, about like, oh, this like racist, this and that. Like it's not true. Like people here are really into football, especially the Prem and La Liga. I've seen more Spurs kids and Liverpool kids than anything else here. So
yeah, I think 20% of my audience is now America, to be honest. So
yeah, exactly.
You know, welcome.
But
howdy, all. Howdy.
As far as the games,
yeah, we got a chance. We got a chance, Eugene. What are we saying?
Yeah, no, because yeah. By the way, I'm gonna bounce in a minute. My wife is upset, but I'll disagree with James on one thing. England isn't that bad. Argentina, who I was rooting for because of Messi, they have to be the most boring games I've ever seen. Last night's game, I was tuning out. Like, Argentina is shocking. It looks like a scrimmage when they play. They have no legs. Like, Argentina-Spain would be the worst game of football probably like ever, because they will just be walking around tiki-taka, like no, nothing. But as far as England goes, I think they'll dispose of Argentina pretty easily. Argentina they have no legs in the midfield, especially. So
you think France in the final?
But England in the finals, I think it's a done deal. Just the midfield is going to be the difference. McAllister has no legs. Like, they're just, unless it's Messi magic, I think they're done. So, even
Can I ask
though
a question with that though?
Yeah.
Like what you're saying. For me, I know this is going to sound stupid because I'm a Spurs fan, even though I want him to go. I think that Romero can win them that game. I think he'll go in really strong on someone like Bellingham at the start, and I think he'll set the tone for the game. And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about, Hurricane's not up for the fight in that respect. Is Bellingham going to be up for that sort of fight? If you know what Romero's like, right? That first minute, he's going to come straight through Bellingham, and if he's not booked, it's going to happen and happen and happen. And that is my only worry. If they do that at the start, they'll bully us a little bit.
Speaking of Romero, just one thing before I go. This guy, this donut, 0 yellow cards in the whole tournament. If he was playing for the Spurs, he'd been nursing his ankle, and he would already have 2 red cards and 2 suspensions. He's never out of position, even though Argentina is having a hard time scoring. No yellow cards, disciplined, never out of position. This guy is such a donut. But you do make a point. For them, he's decent.
I'll take your chance to let you go, man. Thanks so much for coming on, Eugene. Love you, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Take care.
USA.
Let's come down to before we get into Tottenham stuff. We've been going for 30 minutes. We haven't even spoken about Tottenham at all yet. We're going to get into it, I promise. I think Rain's going to come and join us to make up the 6 ball again. Kate, let me. Oh, who came in? Danny was first, wasn't he? Danny, let me come to you, mate. Has England got a decent chance, mate? What are we doing here?
I think they do. Why not? I know we were speaking about it before, Sean. But England, they're not playing good football, right? But they're still resilient in terms of they're finding a way, whether or not it's a moment of magic from a singular player. And in this case, at the moment, it's Bellingham and KANE in certain matches. They've got every chance that they can. Like, I don't think Argentina are a good team. I think they're awful, to be honest with you. I think they've got players again who can produce magic in moments, right? Of course, Messi is one of them, but I think they're an awful team. I don't think they're very good, to be honest with you. I think the best 2 teams in the tournament are Spain and France, right? So I think that game is going to be that game is probably what you're looking at to have a look to see who you think is most likely to win the World Cup. But if England can beat Argentina, and I think they have a chance to, then they can a final, anything can happen. And look, I'm just going to say this, right? Like, I know Flowers touched on it, but Arsenal played the shittest football this season to win a title, right? They won the Premier League Corner FC tournament, right? That's what Arsenal did. And if England can maximize any way they can to get a goal, I don't care how it happens, if they can just get points and win the tournament, I think none of us are going to sit here and look back in 50 years' time and say, oh, do you remember how good England played in that tournament? No. They're going to look at the second star on the England kit and say, well, England won a World Cup and we got to experience it in our lifetime. So for me, I don't care how they do it. I couldn't give a shit as long as they fucking do it. That's what I care about. And they've got a really big chance.
Yeah, great. We have got a great chance. Kate, I feel like I've kind of taken it up until now as like a bit of a given that England are the favourites going into every game, and it shouldn't really. It's a fait accompli. I'm sitting there working away every night on the Spurs hub with one eye on the football, but not really that concerned. Even when it's like boring the game out, I'll just sort of dial back in when things happen. And even when we went 1-0 down against Norway, just like we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Argentina, for me, is where it becomes more than just a game of football. It becomes more about rivalry. It becomes something bigger, the history. It's also the semi-final. What's your take? The one thing I would say, I know I mentioned it a minute ago. I need to see more from Harry Kane, Kate, because we are relying on one man in the last 2-3 games, and Jude Bellingham is absolutely insane. By the way, what a character, what a leader, what a player. But I do need to see a little bit more from Harry Kane, and in an ideal world as well, I'd like to see a little bit more from some of the other players, like the Arsenal geezer on the right wing. He's absolutely atrocious.
Oh,
I won't even say his
He's so
name. I won't even say his name, how bad he is. Kate, where you at, mate? Where you at?
I was going. Oh, first of all, you're working on the Spurs hub. That's the most camp keyboard working I've ever seen in my life, Sean. I'm just going to say,
Is it?
You're sitting like that? Yeah, it is. Actually.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Am I winding you up? Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ! Right already.
Listen, I think we come unstuck against Argentina and lose. Jim doesn't. Jim thinks we win and go all the way. But the one good thing is England haven't kicked in yet, and neither's Harry Kane. So we've still got those levels to go up to. So if England can click this last sort of on Wednesday, then of course we could beat Argentina. If England play the best they can play, we could beat France. I just don't see it happening.
I agree with Kate. I agree.
No
way. James, of course they can.
They can.
Football's 90 minutes. France have an off day. England play the best they can play.
France are not as good as everyone thinks they are. They've got an amazing
Have you seen
attack.
their front three, Danny? Have you seen?
I don't give a shit about their front three. Look at Tottenham against Paris Saint-Germain, right? We were 2-0 up with 5 minutes to go, and because we have a shit manager, we lost that game.
They didn't even start pre-season. They didn't even start pre-season. I'm sorry, they didn't even have a pre-season. That was literally, they were back 2 days before that game.
Look at the team we had. We had fucking Thomas Frank in his first game.
If you shut out Mbappe completely. Sorry, Kate, finish your point, mate. We've completely, as a typical bunch of blokes, we've just overtrodden the bird who's trying to have her say. Don't get me wrong. What she's going to say is going to be completely irrelevant and pointless.
Well, I was actually just going to start talking about cooking, if that was all right. But no, seriously.
I'm trying to help Kate cook here.
James is pissing me off. I've only been here 5 minutes.
Agree.
He hates England and he thinks England are going to go out the World Cup. Well,
fuck off,
and go and
James.
live in France.
Yeah.
Then.
I don't live in France either.
Piss off. Listen, I honestly believe that England won't win it because I think France are too strong. But my point is, in a 90-minute game...
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but that's why I also said it's not impossible. You sit there and you were going, that can't happen. Are you joking? Of course it can happen. 90 minutes, anything can happen. There could be a red card early on. You don't know. But if you ask me, I don't see it happening. I think England are a bit of bottlers, if you want to know the truth. That's what I think.
You think England are France bottlers?
Not only look at France's front line, look at England's back line to then realise and tell me that there's any way that they don't score 2 or 3.
Also, we've got to look at the corruption with FIFA as well. Like, it is ridiculous the way it's heavily towards Argentina.
Well, no, hang on
there
a
is
second.
that element too.
In fact, before we get into that, I'll let Rain introduce that conversation. Big up to you, Rain. Welcome to the show, mate. A lot of people were making out like this, like Argentina get the, it's all about Messi. We're trying to fix the game, so it's a France-Argentina final. Is there any legitimacy to the Norway outrage from yesterday?
Sorry, what have I missed? Where was the Norway? Wait a minute. There was
the second goal that Norway scored. They're saying it shouldn't have been a foul because it was pushed. It was shoved before the ball came in. Goal that England scored that equalised the wire, and then it's only come out after the fact. The technology they looked at the technology to figure out whether there was a, like you want to call it, like some sort of inflection in the barometer, but there wasn't because the sensors are only like off the ground, and anything above that's not going to get registered. So Norway fans are basically saying that we had a goal against them and a goal that shouldn't have stood. Is there
do football fans not learn? It's moaning about all of this stuff that's led us to having VAR. That's why we are where we are with VAR. It's moaning about all of this stuff. At the end of the day, England you know, England were the better team, right? You know, we absolutely were the better team. Yeah, 100%. I mean, the penalty. Sorry, not the penalty. When Haaland fouled, was it Elliott? It was Anderson. He fouled.
Anderson,
you know, I think it's bonkers that they got the corner got to be retaken. For Christ's sake, you know, the guys committed an offence. Why do they get another go in it? You know, that doesn't make any sense to me. We need. I just wish football fans could just step away from moaning about the decisions and actually look at the football itself. I mean, you look at yesterday, they presented very little goal threat to us. They scored from what was a, you know, what everybody thinks was a cross, and none of our guys were covering it. They were all worried about Haaland. We put the ball in the back of the net. It was offside. I don't know. As football fans, we need to get away from I don't get why the ball hitting the spider thing is a big deal. It could have.
The rules are the rules.
Rule, isn't it?
If that's against Tottenham and we lose the game because of that, me included and everybody else is going to mental. The rules are the rules. You can't say that's why we've got
rules.
See either way.
The rule said if the ball hits something foreign outside of the pitch, then it has to be stopped, and there's a free kick.
But it's inside the pitch. I mean, it's inside the pitch. Look, okay.
I mean,
there's a rule about it. Yeah, exactly. There's a rule about it, right? For me,
they went to the technology, Rain, to get the answer, and the technology didn't supply the answer that was correct because the technology wasn't built to incorporate things that happen 50 yards above the pitch level. And that's the problem, right? So you go, well, the rules are fucked. But it's not the rules aren't fucked. It's like we're leaning on technology that wasn't built to incorporate all of the random variables where the technology is needed to make the decision. And you could see it. Like if you watch the game, you could see it. Like the Norwegian players saw it with their own eye. They were going mental before anyone said, "Oh, it's a glitch." They were going. You could see it fucking hit the thing.
Okay. But my point is, the ball could have come down anywhere, right? You know, the ball could have come down. Yeah, but okay. So the rules, whatever.
So if Harry Kane punched the ball in the back of the net, you'd have gone, "No, I don't care. Is what it is." You wouldn't. The rules are the rules. It hit that. It shouldn't have been allowed. That's the rules. If Maradona scored that goal, everyone would go, well, why haven't he let that go then? The rules are the rules.
I can't remember who said it on the on ITV last night, but why do we call that that goal the hand of God? Why do we call it that? Why do we not call it out for what it actually is? I don't. You asked me the question. I don't think as
it's a problem. Fair enough.
We should be. I don't think we should be moaning about all that stuff. We should look at how we actually play. And the reality is that Norway have a few very good players, and they've got one outstanding player, and they got a long way into the tournament. Good on them. But that's
it was good on them. Good on them. You know, 100%. Listen, let's move away from England. Let's get to Tottenham. Right, this is a Tottenham channel, Tottenham show. Before we do, Kate, do you want to introduce to the show my biggest fan? This cat. I get sent videos whenever Kate and Jimbo are in bed and they're watching Spurs talk show. The cat apparently is.
Well, you've seen it, Sean. You've seen it. Archie.
Archie. He's absolutely obsessed with Butler when he's talking bollocks.
He absolutely will sit there for an hour and just watch Sean. He is literally obsessed. I've just said to him, look,
his little face.
Sean.
The only thing I can attract these days, and I'm taking it, to be honest. I will take it all day long, you know?
Just quickly, Sean, before you move on to Tottenham,
Yeah.
what do you make of this, that the halftime show at the final is going to be half an hour to 45 minutes?
Is it?
I didn't know that. I've heard that for the first time just from your mouth. Is it Justin Bieber, or is that who it is?
It's Madonna, Shakira, Burna Boy, BTS, Justin Bieber, Gustavo Dudamel
that's a
and the
fucking
chorus,
disgrace. It's a
P22
disgrace.
chorus featuring Coldplay. 45 minutes.
It's beyond. That's beyond.
Wait, what?
It's beyond a joke. That's beyond a
This
joke.
is you say before the game.
This is why I'm sorry to all the Americans watching. Stay away from our football. You stick with your soccer and your American football and shit, and leave our football alone. It's 15 minutes.
I think
half-time,
there's a massive increased likelihood of injuries in that scenario.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Wait,
American-
they're making the
American
half
get up
time.
to have like
Yeah, it's half time, Danny. Yeah.
Half,
half-
30 to
What?
45 minutes.
That's
Yeah.
fucking.
So what
insane.
are they all going to be in the changing room on fucking exercise bikes to
Yeah.
keep warm or
They're
something?
gonna be
That's what
singing
we're
along,
fucking
aren't they?
doing
Just
here.
a bit, baby, babe.
Baby, ooh.
That's
And
actually
there's
disgraceful.
everybody, all the England players are out there, and Jed Spence is refusing to clap, refusing to get on board. that's the sort of guy Jed Spence is, you know. Sorry about that. Listen, I didn't know that was a fact. Kate,
Yeah.
if that's true, then that is
It is.
it's a disgrace.
And
It's not. That's not
Half
what
of those
football's about.
artists are shit as well. They ain't even picked any good ones.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That for me. Well, that could go in two ways,
Just
though,
when,
right? I
just when
would
you'd
say
like a satellite to lose its orbit, right? Do you know what I mean? That'd be a great place for the fucking.
that could be a good thing for Spurs, England, because I
Well,
feel
England
like
are like Spurs, to be honest.
I think
let's be
France
honest.
have got a lot more explosive players, right? Their whole front line are very explosive. You wouldn't want them warming up, having an hour off, going back out again. I think there'd be more chance of them cramping up, getting injuries than the likes of us. We've got more of a bigger, powerful team, if you like, a bit slower.
Yeah.
So I think that would probably hinder them a bit more than us.
Yeah.
Thing is,
We've
do you know
got
what it
to
is, though,
get
James?
past the old enemy first.
Just on that, right? I actually, with England, like I think they've got the capability to play a lot faster and a lot quicker in transition, right? But I don't know whether it's because of that there's not enough trust between each other, the reason why they're not doing it, or whether or not half the players don't look fit. That's another thing, right? Like if you look at Saka as well, like a lot of the players in the team haven't stepped up. It's literally just been Kane and Bellingham,
Yeah.
who have stepped up in this World Cup, right? And then obviously defending as a whole team when they put all the men behind the ball to like defend and shut up shop. But other than that, no one else has really kind of grabbed it by the scruff of the neck, really. And I think they're going to need to if they're going to have a chance to win this tournament.
I'd like to say at the beginning, Sean, you said about Kane stepping up a little bit, and I do agree to an extent, but I don't think Bellingham scores half them goals if Harry Kane isn't the player Harry Kane is. Just dropping deep and starting them play is allowing. How many times did we see with Dele Alli's and Sons where he would drop in, allow them to sort of go forward, and then start the move? So I get, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's still scoring goals, but we know that he's better than the amount he scores.
He was incredible in the 2 goals against the DRC, right? Out of nowhere, he turns the game on its head, and we get through, right? And it's mental. But if I'm entirely honest, his World Cup has been bang average in terms of overall contribution. I feel like he's struggling to keep up with the pace of the game. Relative to the standards that he has set for himself and that everyone can expect from him. I'm not like compared to like Saka or Madueke or others, then of course like he still contributes and he still does his thing. But this is Harry Kane, and he has set an exceptional standard of game changing, but not just game changing in moments, but like overall contribution throughout 90 minutes. And I just personally feel like over the last couple of games, Mexico, I think the heat or the altitude or whatever he suffered from. I didn't really see him contribute a couple of days ago. Was it last night? Whatever it was, either. Yeah. I just feel like there's a level of expectation that I have of Harry Kane's amazingness and his excellence, and I don't feel like he's hit it this World Cup.
I do agree with. I think there's more there, and I haven't watched Bayern Munich week in week out, but when I have, he almost plays like a centre midfielder now. That is kind of the role that he plays, and it allows like
if that's the case, like this is the point, and we'll use this as a perfect transition towards Tottenham. Because for me, if you're going to have a 9 that plays more as a 10 and even an 8 at times, then you don't want wingers. You need inside forwards. There's a subtle difference between the two. One of them sits on the touchline and takes the guy on the outside, occasionally mixing it up and coming in. Whereas inside forwards are people that are going to contribute in the output more so than the input by being the guy that's the recipient of the sacrificial lamb movements that nines make. And this is how I'd like to transition it into Tottenham. Players like Krupi at Bournemouth have been a beneficiary of playing in a 10 or in a 9 role. And if Tottenham really are making a move for Krupi, then it shapes what I want to see out of our winger selection, because I don't think Krupi playing as a 9 that comes deep and sits in that false 9 role or a 10 role. And again, I want to get everyone's take on like the valuation metrics of a guy. You're paying full premium, you're paying perfection priced in for a position that you don't need as a 10, but as a 9 you do. But he's only got 500 minutes of activity as an out-and-out striker. So you're going to pay 95 million or 100 million quid for that sort of guy. If you're going to do that and he still wants to drift deep, then that really, for me, just my head on my belief on football tactics is that requires that you don't have touchline hugging wingers, that you need inside forwards that can benefit from that style of play. So that's like and amplifies the gap between a Savinho and a Leao, right? Or a whoever, insert anyone there. Rashford and Leao for me will benefit from a Krupi move more so than a Savinho or an Abdi or an El Mala. Any of these guys will. And yet yesterday, guys, we heard from Drew. I'll come to you first. We heard from Romano that like the Rafael Leao story, there's nothing that he's heard that there's any truth in any of that nonsense. And then you got our new number one ITK Sizzy saying, no, it's advanced. And then the other guy that's out in Italy, the Calcio Mercato guy with 150k followers, saying Tottenham like that. It's real, right? And so I don't know which is true, but if Romano's saying priority 1, 2, and 3 is Savinho, if that's what De Zerbi wants, fine. I don't know any. I'm here compared to De Zerbi's knowledge, obviously. But like, if he wants Savinho, then Krupi as a 9, in at least the vision that we've seen of Krupi, doesn't make sense. I don't get it. You know what I mean, Drew?
I don't buy it for a second, by the way.
Oh, go on,
Danny.
Danny, you can go first. Go on. Sorry, Danny. Go on. You go first, mate.
No, people can. I don't mind.
Well, someone fucking go.
I'll go through. Doesn't want to go first. I don't mind. I'll go. No,
come on, Danny, go first. Just take the fucking man's phone up.
I think it's a load of bullshit. If you ask me, Sean, I think it's a waffle special. To be honest,
what is
Savinho, 1 number priority 1, 2, and 3. That's just a load of bollocks. It's like when they come out saying, Krupi's not for sale, wink, wink, but he is at a right price. Tottenham's not for sale, but wink, wink, we are at the right price. It's a load of bullshit. It's just other whether it's the club pushing out this to try and spin a certain narrative or something, or whoever it is, there've been certain people being told things by other people in the club, and you've got people like Romano and other people being told another thing, right? It's all to create stories around this, right? So whether it's to dilute what the truth is, or whether it's to try and put the story in a different direction because the club want what they're really doing to be under wraps. Who knows, right? But I don't believe that Savinho is number 1, 2, and 3. In my personal opinion, I think that's a load of shit.
But to the wider point, and it does come back to the, Harry Kane is not playing as a 9, and he didn't play as a 9 for us in his last couple of years, and I think it caused us problems. And at Bayern, he's got Diaz and he's got Elise, who do what you're saying, Sean. They come inside, they're the willing inside forward runners. A big problem that England's got is, Gordon and whoever Madueke.
Gordon can do either role. He's just being told what to do by Tuchel, right? Gordon's played as like a left inside forward many times, and he'll play that role at Barcelona more than he will a touchline winger. But he's just been asked, I think, under Tuchel to sit on the wing and wait for the ball.
Which is fine for England because you've got another guy who likes to bomb into the penalty box onto crosses. Did it yesterday, right? We're in Bellingham. So that's great. For us, I don't get it. I love Krupi. I think he's fantastic. But with the way that it looks like we're going to play with, 2 8s effectively, we're all expecting us to play. We're going to have to play with the 10 because we've got, at some point we're going to have 3 of them in Maddison, Xavi, and Kulusevski. So with Krupi coming down as a false 9, so he's going to come back into that 10 space. If we've got inside forwards, they're going to come into that 10 space. I don't get it. I don't get how it's going to work. I really want to see what's in De Zerbi's head, which is why I don't understand why at the start I was like I'd quite like us to go for Igor Thiago, and I get told he's a lump. I'm like, well, he's a lump who scores goals. But more than that, sometimes you just need a 9. You just need a 9 who's a focal point, is a target man, and brings other players on and other players in, and lets them play around them. So I don't get it. I don't get it with Krupi. I think he's gonna want to be in exactly the same space that Maddison, Xavi, and probably Kulusevski would also want to be in. So I don't see how that's going to work.
Rain, or if he's being bought as like a transitional player, so you let him mix it up with Maddison whilst Maddison's not fully fit and in and out whatever, and then when Xavi gets back at the tail end of next season, then you transition him over time gradually. That's fine. I've got absolutely no doubts that Krupi could do whatever the fuck he wants. Right? He's that talented. He's incredibly gifted footballer, super high IQ, an amazing ability to find the corner, can shoot from distance. He's pacey. He's
great on the turn. He's great collecting the ball and going on the turn. He's absolutely amazing. Right?
He's not particularly he's not a monster. It's a different type of profile. But for me, the concern is, and it's not like, again, I'll listen. If we sign Krupi tomorrow, I'll be jumping for joy in happiness because I'd love it. But at the same time, you are going to end up paying for pricing in perfection for a player who, if you want him to be the 9, has not proven himself as an out-and-out 9.
But is there not the argument to say that maybe that's not what De Zerbi wants to do? Maybe just putting it out there, maybe he's looked at the way PSG are with the best attacking team on the planet, and they don't have a traditional number 9, right? They've just sold their traditional number 9 in Ramos, right? And they're looking, if you look at the players they're looking to bring in, not one number 9. They're all like attacking forwards, right? Who can all interchange and
team that has 75% possession week in week out.
But I'm saying, Sean, is that not what maybe De Zerbi's looking at? And that's the type of model he wants to build. A team that's technically amazing on the ball, team that is not scared to have the ball, right? Who's confident on the ball.
The challenge with that narrative is that the French league is not built to be bigger, stronger, faster like the Premier League is, right? And when it comes to the Champions League, they have the best players in the world to do what they want to do. We don't have that. We're tier 2 level players.
I agree with what you're saying. To add to that, do you feel like... Sorry, Danny. Go on.
No, go on.
Do you not feel like sometimes the Premier League is a bit of a circle? We go to like this rigid football, then we go to the press, then we go to possession, then we go rigid football, and then it is a bit of a cycle. And again, none of us really know, right? We're all just kind of thinking of things off the top of my head. For me, that's one of the reasons why I think I would love Savio. For me, if he's going to play that style of football, Savio is my number 1 as well because he's so good on the ball. I feel like
number 1.
Yeah, I think it depends on the start. Like I would say, if
Over
we
Leao.
need goals, let me finish. Let me finish. I feel like if we want goals from that position, my number one would be someone like Rashford. He isn't all the frills and spills, but he's going to bang goals in every week. For me, if we're going to go the way I think we may go, I think having Savio on the left and Kudos on the right, I almost think you could get away with Solanke in the middle and he'll score loads of goals, because I feel like they are going to be drawing 2 men one side, 2 men the other side. Then you're going to have Xavi. I mean, I'm just saying Solanke because he's the only one that's there at the moment. Xavi, Maddison, Kulu. You've got players that are good players in the middle. And if your wingers are drawing 2 for 2, they don't necessarily have to have a 30, 40 goal a season man in the midfield, in the striker position. And that's why if he's going to go down that style, someone of Savio's mould for me would be number one choice, because him, Anusa, that style of footballer, if he's going to go the way that we're talking about is in the PSG mould, then I think that is where he should go. If he's going to go the traditional striker, I want Rashford.
Do you think then, just to add on that, just to add,
Kate and Drewski.
yeah, no, sure. I think that's why if you look at say, for example,
what's in that box, mate?
What's in that box? It's nothing now. It's cardboard box from some of the equipment I've just ordered and setting up at the moment.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Red light district order.
Sean's always intrigued.
I heard a rumor it was like a commercial deal on Magnums or something, and I was like,
we'll have to try and need to try and sort that out for you, Sean. Because I don't know how Magnums haven't come to you and reached out to sponsor you, mate.
No, man.
That should be your number one sponsorship.
100%.
But yeah, no, with Krupi, I think if Tottenham do get someone like Krupi in, I think you can start maybe. Again, we're only assuming what could happen, but you're starting to see that maybe it's a different type of way that De Zerbi wants to play, and maybe like James said, it could be that we could be a team that's going to start a whole new cycle in the Premier League again, right? Like when Pep came in, it was a complete different style of football, right? And they kind of set a precedence to how football developed in England over the last sort of 10 years. So it could be something similar, right? But in terms of the left winger, my number one is Leao if we're going to get anyone. But I still don't think that if it is just Leao, I think Tottenham can go and get another one. I don't think it should be just Leao and Krupi. I think it should get one more as well. And whether that's like a Rashford, a Gakpo,
on that basis, would you say like because you know Odebear's not going anywhere because he's injured? Do you really, for one game a week this season, do you really need Mathys Tel, Kudus, Leao, or whoever, and another one that's a winger in the event that Odebear comes back before the end of the season? In the event that Kulusevski becomes available at some point, like you then got best case scenario, 6 or 7 wingers that are fighting for 2 positions for a 1 game a week season.
Yeah, probably you're right, Sean, and it's why maybe the noise coming out is that they want a definite 2 attackers and then see what happens, right? Because obviously, if they get injuries or if they get if more players leave, then they might have to replace them. But I think that, like you said, based on the fact that we've got 1 game a week, and I think that what I hear as well, if Solanke, I think that they see a lot more. De Zerbi sees a lot more in Solanke than say we all do, and he thinks there's been.
Not me, bro. I've always backed my man Dom, Big Dom. I think he's.
I just think I don't think he's a great player. I think that he can be utilized a lot more in the right way, right, with the right players around him. And I think De Zerbi, if anyone's going to get the best out of players, I think De Zerbi's the guy. So if De Zerbi can't get the best out of him, then we know what's going to happen. Next season, he'll be the first one.
I agree, which is why I would sanction a move for Rashford or Rafael Leao. I think the only question marks about either of those 2 signings is their willingness to work hard consistently, and I think De Zerbi won't allow them not to. Let me bring in Kate and Drew. Guys, been waiting patiently on this chin wag. Drew, I'll start with you.
Hello.
I intended to start with you first, but you went, "No, fuck it, I'll let someone else go first." And you had
Well, no, because I felt like Danny really wanted to come in with something, and then he was like, "No, I don't want to," and then fucking all hell broke loose, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna sit and wait for everyone to do their thing."
What's your thing, mate?
If I'm honest with you, I think we might be just thinking a bit.
Can you do it in a Geordie accent, please? Can you do it in a Geordie accent?
I think we might be thinking a bit too deep about it, because the thing is with me, right, is that over the course of 33 games last year, Croupie's Juniors is all he's played 51 minutes on average across them games. So, oh, hello. Hang on. Sorry, I'm being joined by...
Someone's come into the Big Brother house. Let's find out
welcome
what's
to the
happening
Big
with
Brother
Kid.
house.
Kid,
It's all right.
while
Don't worry.
He's talking to his flatmate, do you want to have a little word there, Kid? What's kind of lacking?
All right, sorry about that. I feel like, honestly, given the fact that he only averaged 50 minutes over the course of 33 games last year, I've got a feeling we might just be overthinking it a little bit. If he comes in, he might be the starting 9 some games. He's played 9, 10 and left wing, so he can float around and do all 3 of those things. I don't know that, even at the price that he comes in at potentially, I don't necessarily know that he's going to expect to walk in and play starter on any particular week. It's just going to be a horses for courses thing. Croupie.
If you're going to drop 100 million quid on Croupie, he's starting every week.
I don't know. No, he's not. I don't think he is.
No, you don't buy £100 million player and then bench them, bro.
But you also don't buy a 20-year-old. You also don't buy a 20-year-old or 21-year-old and make him play every single minute, every single week, and break him like we do with all of our players. Like, there's got to be a meritocracy. I don't care what the price isn't. The price is irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant, mate. It's not irrelevant. No. You got to get that money. You got to get that money back out of the utilisation. Same with Tottenham.
We're not Chelsea. We're not Chelsea, Sean. We're not Chelsea. I'm not.
Listen, if you're Archie Gray right now, and your agent turns around and goes, "Don't worry, pet. Okay, just because they signed Tonali and fucking Fernandes, put your best foot forward, like you get some fucking minutes." No, you won't. No, you aren't gonna get any fucking minutes ahead of those two. Okay, we've just dropped 200 million quid and 275 grand a week on Tonali and 185 on Fernandes. Those guys are our starting duo. If you're Conor Gallagher, if you're Bentancur, if you're Gray or Bergvall, and your agent or someone else is blowing smoke up your ass and says, "Don't worry, you can make that position your own," good fucking luck, unless there is an injury or an incredible lack of ability for them to traverse into the role. That starting midfield is those 2 players, mate. And if you spend 100 million quid on Croupie, you best believe he's going to be playing.
All right.
Unless you disagree.
You have your opinion. Give your opinion. No, it's not happening.
My little grandson. My little grandson came up to me earlier.
This is my chance to tell you why you're wrong, and here are the 3 reasons.
Yeah, my grandson came walking up to me earlier on. He goes, excuse me, can I ask you a question? I said, of course you can. He said, what's your favourite dinosaur? I said, well, I think it's a pterodactyl. He goes, no, it's a Spinosaurus. And I feel like I've literally just had that conversation again with you.
You know what?
How old is he?
27.
He is 3.
Probably about the same intelligence, to be fair.
I mean,
do you know what, Drew? I think he's got a point, right? I think if you bring in a Croupie, forget the money for a minute. I think it's a lot to expect him to lead the line every week at just 20 years old. So I get it. And the reason that the price is irrelevant is in the fact that it's not relevant for the club, but the age of the player and the experience he's got, I think it's too much to expect him to. So for me, if you bring him in, if you're bringing him in with a view to play him every week, I don't think he's the guy you should be bringing in. That's how I look at it, because I think it's too much for a 20-year-old with the amount of experience he's got to bring him into a team where you've already got superstars and just say, right, you're leading the line every single week. It's too much.
Why has it changed though? Because we've signed Fernandez, who's fairly young. This guy is fairly young, and we're saying it's too much. But everybody last season was saying, look, Gray has to start every week to get better and better and better.
I wasn't.
I think there's a slight difference between the two. I think there's a slight difference between him and Tonali, right? Tonali's a grown man, and I would expect him to shoulder the burden of the price tag. But I think Kate makes a point, and it was sort of the point that I was trying to make. I just think the reason that he is the price that he is because you're buying in future potential as well. And I just don't know. Yeah. I mean, I know could be completely wrong. You might be right. Because he is a 3-figure player, he has to start, and that might just be a thing. But I'm of the mind that if you've got,
without trying to be like your cousin, name me $100 million player that's moved to the Premier League and his
grandson.
Grandson.
It's free.
Your grandson.
My grandson.
You know what a grandson is, Sean?
My
Do you know what a grandson is?
Yes, but I don't think that Drew's got any kids. So how does he have a grandson, Danny? You fucking moron.
Because I have two stepdaughters. I thought you knew that. That's for another topic.
I didn't know that.
Oh, did you not? All right, yeah. But yeah, so go on. What were you going to say? What £100 million player?
Name me £100 million player that moves
on the bench.
Premier League club and then sits on the bench. Who is that?
Name me £100 million player that was 19 and was expected to lead the line in that very scenario.
Or 20.
Enzo Fernandez was very young when he moved to Chelsea, and so was Caicedo. So
with the money, obviously things are a bit more expensive now than they was. But Pepe for Arsenal didn't start week in, week out. That was 75 million. And back to that was probably 100 million now. There's been a lot of
the difference of Pepe is that Pepe came into. But those two players though. But again, all of those players have all come into.
All those players were failures.
Yeah, but they all came in. They all came in to the Premier League, whereas Krupi has had a really good performance in the Premier League already in one season.
Yeah,
well, it's not even a full season. I think we have to be. So I'm fascinated because
wait, just sorry, Brain, 1 second, mate. The chat's going mental about a bomber. I'll tell you, bombers drop when Butler goes live. Have made an inquiry for Neco Williams. It's not Nico Williams. It's Neco Williams, who is the right/left back of Forest, yeah. Listen, we can come back to the conversation about Krupi in a little while, because there's a lot of stories going on today regarding Forest and Tottenham. Lucas Berghvall has entered conversations, and Tottenham have assured him that that we want to keep him. Kate, you and I and Drew the other day. Was it yesterday or was it night before last? Friday night, Saturday night?
It was the night before last.
Friday night, we had a conversation for a long time about our midfield options, and we all kind of came to the conclusion this narrative that Tottenham aren't going to sell a midfielder. We're good for the midfield. I just don't buy it. Like, one of Bergvall or Gray or Bentancur is surplus to requirements, right? Either on a loan or on a permanent. I've always believed that Bergvall wants to go. Kate, on Friday night, you said that Bergvall should be the guy because you don't rate him as much as you do Gray, and Bentancur's the pecking order. Drew screwing his face up about something. I don't know what he's screwing his face up about.
I really don't understand unless you're. Where are we going with this?
Where I'm going with this is that the story out today is that Nottingham Forest and Tottenham have entered conversation. Give me a fucking minute, Drew. Jesus fucking Christ, mate. Jesus Christ.
Fucking have him.
You don't know me by now. I'm taking our time to get to the point. Captain Waffle lot. Anyway, fucking way, eh? So the story is that fucking Bergvall has been linked again with Nottingham Forest, and that Tottenham Hotspur were considering having a conversation, but saying we want cash plus a player. And everyone on Twitter was lumping onto this idea that it was Gibbs White. and now Sizzy's dropped the bombshell that it's Neco Williams. And if you've been watching the Spurs talk show for a long time, you will know that I have Neco Williams as a fucking nominal, underrated, one of the greatest underrated versatile fullbacks in the Premier League. He is so balanced. He's cracking off the left. He's actually a traditional right back. Brilliant defensively, great going forward, a superstar touchline hugging fullback who can whip the ball in with consummate ease. And if it's true that Jed Spence is wanted by other teams, and we've heard about this the last few days, then maybe the story here is that Jed Spence will leave the football club and that Tottenham Hotspur will maybe replace him with a versatile winger like Neco Williams. And by the way, as much as I like Jed Spence, if that's the case, if you were to give me the pick of those two players, Jed Spence or Neco Williams, I'm going to offend a lot of you right now. I'm fucking Neco Williams all fucking change. All fucking dick. Drew, what's up with you? Why are you coming in like...
I feel like I need to fucking stick up for myself is what it is. I got barked out a little while ago, and I just saw somebody in the chat say that I might be scared of Sean. I was scared of him. He's my bro. I was scared of him. Get him in the fucking headlock right now.
Look at Drew, I'll give you a chance. Neco Williams or Jed Spence?
Jed Spence all day long. I don't know what we're doing here. I've never watched, and for some reason, I'm not quite sure why, I saw a fair amount of Forest last year, and I don't remember one time sitting on the edge of my seat thinking, oh yeah, this Neco Williams, he would be absolutely phenomenal. I mean, fair play. If you've run the numbers, and he's what you say.
I haven't run the numbers. This is an eye test opinion. Maybe the numbers would teach me otherwise. But for me, Drew, again, like parking all this very recent banter between us, for me, Neco Williams is a much superior player to Jed Spence, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's a recency bias because I thought Spence played pretty well for England the other day. Maybe I've got a sudden soft spot for Spence that I didn't quite know I had. It just seemed, I don't know. I feel you can have too much change, right? And I just thought with the fact that we bought in Andy Robertson and the fact that we had Udogie that side, I thought Jed Spence would finally get a chance to play on the right. You got him and Porro. They can both sort of do a job at right back. They're both competent at right wing back as well. And now all of a sudden we're trading one of those out to get somebody else in. I don't know. I thought the defense was somewhat done. I guess that's my surprise, right? I thought we were sort of sorted there, and I thought we were now moving on to the midfield. And I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Kate, let me bring you in.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, 1 second, James, because Kate was supposed to speak on the last conversation and we moved on surreptitiously. Kate, I'll run back onto Krupi later on. I'll give you the first crack on it, but just we've gone in this direction now. Neco Williams, or do you believe the stories that Spence wants out, or that Tottenham want rid of him, or whatever? And if so, what? And do you is he talking logic, or is he just making things up to make sense of the story with Bergvall? What's the whole conversation there in your mind?
Am I right in thinking that Williams can play both sides, the same as Spence? Yeah. Look, I like Spence. If you ask me, I'm quite happy to keep Spence. I said it the other day. But if he does want to go, then I don't think, I personally, only going by what I've seen, I don't think that Williams is particularly an upgrade. I think they're round about on the same level. But like, I haven't studied him. You know, I haven't looked at his numbers or anything. So, look, it makes sense if Jed's going because the guy can play on both sides, but it doesn't fill me with any sort of anything, really. It's just kind of a sideward step. It's swapping like for like, as far as I can see.
What's his natural foot? Is it right?
Who?
Or is it left?
Neco Williams.
Neco Williams.
Right.
He's a right.
He is naturally right, yeah. But he's very competent with the left.
Oh, look, here you go. I'll just show. Let me show you this.
Put it up, Sean.
I think
let's get the old
assist against us. Didn't he get an assist against us?
You can find this on the old Spurs Hub. Hey.
Sean, where did you get this information?
Where did you get this from, Sean?
Unbelievable.
This is on the Spurs Hub, guys. This
Hey!
If you haven't been to the Spurs Hub, have a little look-see. Neco Williams.
Check it out.
Oh, those stats are crazy.
Jed Spence in the green. This is on specific. This is on like a default template. Let me change the. Let me have a look at the. Let me do it in a better way.
This is unbelievable software.
Sean, I think if you sort out the default templates, mate.
You can get some like specific metrics up for like certain parts of the actual player's game, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
For me, if it's a like for like, if it's if it's not costing us more money, then I don't see a problem with this at all. I think we don't really lose anything. We don't really lose much, and whatever we lose, we're probably going to gain back in some way. I think Nico Williams.
How old is Williams?
25.
He's about 24, 20. Yeah.
Oh, it's about 25. They're the same age, basically. Yeah.
So I think Nico Williams is a bit more balanced. Without wanting to get into a discussion about Jed Spence, because I definitely upset some people recently, very recently, by saying who I think went a bit overboard on who he is. Jed Spence is, let's face it, Jed Spence is. I think this is going to prove it, a defensive fullback, and I think we can all accept that. And Nico Williams is a little bit more balanced.
Listen, Nico Williams.
Sean, your mouse work is fucking phenomenal.
I'm gonna put them all in here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You mean there's not a button to click all?
But there should be. If there isn't, I'll need to get that done.
I'll invoice you for that, mate.
No, let's just think about some random stuff. Okay, this is it though. This is Nico Williams. The pink.
Blimey.
The pink is where Nico Williams is better. The green is where Jed Spence is better.
Show us that graph form as well.
Yeah, sorry, Jed. I've changed my mind.
And I hadn't looked at it.
Based on information that I have now received,
flip-flop.
I have and I will change my mind. Some of you out there might say that's flip-flopping, and I don't care. But he does actually. I genuinely didn't realise how much of a potentially or legitimate.
He's a far better player. He's a far better player in my opinion.
And what's this? Sorry, what is this? And what are the parameters that is this based on career? Is this last season? Is this last season? Is this the last game?
We can pivot back. We can pivot
Sean,
back.
do the other.
If you fancy, we've got everything. We go back to the season before.
I mean,
the overlay.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And do
the overlay view.
Last season's a little bit more split, to be honest. A little bit more split. Last season, the season's a little bit better than the season before, but in the 25,
and he's Welsh, isn't he, as well, isn't he? He's
fucking Welsh, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
He's a proper fullback. What are we doing here? Eh?
What are we doing here?
I think you and Sean. I think Sean and Drewski should do a transfer show as Ant and Deck. You need. That'd be fucking amazing. Sean, you could use Deck as with the AI tool. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because the Geordies aren't upset enough with Drew already.
It'll be fucking amazing.
Love me.
Listen, the data speaks for itself. Nico Williams in.
Williams in.
We fucking have a neck on that.
Can you not show us the overlay version of it?
I would absolutely get him in. To be fair, the reason being, I think that, personally, I would sell Udogie, but I think if we don't sell him, he's going to get injured in the second game in anyway, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of him on the left than you are of Spence. Every manager that has come in has straight away dropped Spence unless they needed him. For me, you've got a good footballer and a good defender, and I think Spence is probably slightly better at the pace, the athletic side of things, whereas a better footballer is Williams by some way. So I think if you're talking of De Zerbi's, from what we've seen, wants somebody that's good on the ball, and Jed
Add
Spence
some of
isn't good on
the
ball.
defensive stats as well, Sean.
Yeah, I'm getting there, mate. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you really
I
do
make
need that.
that-
You
I'm-
really do
I'm-
need that select all button, don't you?
Yeah, he does. He needs
I'm
a filter,
100%
like,
with Flowers.
defenders, midfielders, strikers, attackers. He needs default filters.
There are default filters.
I'm
but-
100% with Flowers. I think the biggest, the big,
It's like a fucking arsehole, look.
I'll tell you what,
it's-
it looks like Eugene took some of that psilocybin, and now we're all looking at his arsehole. That's what he looks like. Fuck it. What are we doing here? Jesus Christ.
Well,
He's
it still looks like
a
Nico
flog
Williams.
on my
better.
behalf.
If you are looking for the greatest data tool that any man has ever created in the history of footballing data, that is a demonstration right there of what you could get on the data on the Spurs Data Hub. It's absolutely incomprehensible. It's so good, no one knows what the fuck it means. It's absolutely mental.
Oh god.
Anyway. Yeah, Neco Williams for me. I'll be interested in this one. Would you be? What are we saying here? Was everyone be okay with selling Jed if we got in Neco Williams?
yeah,
I
I think
would
Flowers
mind.
is right. I think the biggest risk that we've got at fullback is Udogie. Udogie is the biggest risk.
Sell him.
Because
Honestly,
because
I'll sell
yeah,
him. And that's nothing to do with ability.
Did you just
He
say
has to
Flowers
go.
right?
I mean, it happens. It's. I mean, forget Maddison being 1/3. Udogie's like 1/10. 1/10. He plays like 10 games, 15 games a season. I'm at least that's how it feels. And you certainly never get a good run out of him. You'll get like 5 or 6 games, and then he'll be injured. 5 or 6 games, and he'll be injured.
Why we got
So
Andy
he's
Robertson?
our biggest risk.
Why we got Andy Robertson?
Again,
That's why I'll get Williams though,
in
to,
here.
to back him up on. For me, like I said, nothing to do with his ability. I mean, I've seen nothing from Udogie anyway, but nothing to do with his ability. He's never available. So when they were linking us with £30 million sales, I was leading that way. You get him gone immediately. The geezer's built like a straw man. He's going to start the first and second game, get injured, miss him for 3 months, and we'll go, oh, shit, what do we do here? And for me, Jed Spence isn't good enough on the ball. He isn't tactically aware. You can see that by Tuchel. I mean, I think he scapegoated him a little bit, and I think he's a bit of a prick in that respect. But you can see him all the time telling him where he should be moving, where he should be running, what positions he should be in. Look, he's an experienced footballer now. He should know that. So for me, no questions about it. The only thing I would say is I feel like we should be using Bergvall in the best way as possible. If we're saying we'll take Neco Williams and 40 million or 30 million, bite your arm off. Absolutely bite your arm off.
So I've just built a quick.
Even
I've
this
just built a
though.
quick little. I've just built a quick little like polygon that's got mainly on ball value and then some defensive stats. It's just easier for wing because fullbacks have got so much to do both sides. In the red is Neco Williams. In the yellow is Udogie, and in the green is Jed Spence. So again, Neco Williams for me, he's a far
Jed
more
Spence is
well-rounded
dribbled past more.
player. No, sorry, that's an inverse thing. So
Okay.
That I should probably get that renamed to like not dribble past or whatever. But like he's it's an inverse
Oh,
thing.
Sean, you could do that. You could change the inverse to change it around, right? You could change the inverse around so then it shows that, so it looks a bit better on the eye.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, mate, I'll do that.
But no,
No,
okay,
because
that
you
makes-
want
it makes sense.
because you want
All right, mate.
because you want good.
Trying to
You
build
want
a
good
fucking.
to be on the outside of the.
I'm only trying to build the biggest fucking data tool ever by myself every day with just a mate called Claude who's a fucking idiot.
Tells you to go to bed all the time.
Tells me to go to bed every night when I have a row with him about some politics. You know? But anyway, yeah, when he said dribble past, he's an outperformer.
Sean, the screen time that you have is not healthy for you. You need to go to bed. I will not answer any more questions until you take a nap.
Exactly. Brilliant. Yeah, but Neco Williams for me is a fantastic player. So if Tottenham
I'll
are
take
interested
Neco Williams.
in him, he's a
Yeah,
fucking
100%.
quality fullback. Let me ask you guys this: the other part of that story, of course, is Lucas Bergvall, right? Which we didn't get to. Rain, let me come to you. Lucas Bergvall, are you happy to see him leave the football club this summer? And if so, for what sort of valuation?
Yeah, I mean, if we're getting 30, 40 million for him, that'd be absolutely fantastic. You know, just flip him. He's non-homegrown, although he's under 21 at the moment, but he'll be non-homegrown. He doesn't really fit. I've never really been sold. I think a lot of people have been sold on him for just a couple of performances, like the Liverpool performance, and they're remembering the odd good thing that he's done, but his average is really average, to be honest. So he may he's one of those players that we've been signing. He may come good, but he may not, and I don't want us to give him the first team minutes to see if he will come good. He can go somewhere else and find that out.
There was an update there. Following on, the Forest are currently in talks with Spurs for Bergvall. I reckon Sizzy's watching us right now. Hi, Sizzy. Reach out if you are, mate. Jed Spence may also leave.
Is it one of you?
Kate, what are you saying, Kate?
Yeah, look, you know what? I was one of these people that got really criticised for bigging up Bergvall, to be fair, but he kind of went like that and then gone like that. So for me, I'm quite happy to see him go. I will be sad if we lose Spence. I've been thinking about it. I do really like Spence. I remember saying on Friday when you was calling him a dickhead, Sean, you know. I know you probably flip-flopped since then, but I did think think Wait.
Finish your point. Because you know what, you got to have doing this, right?
You said
start your point by calling me out, and then I interrupt you. So finish your fucking point, and then I'm going to come back and bury you, you donut.
I've been waiting for you to bury me for years, but you just can't do it.
Can you bury James Flower at the same time?
Yeah, I'll bury them all.
Never. You ain't got a break capacity.
But no. That was what I was going to say. Bergvall can go. Spence can go because obviously if Nico Williams is obviously far superior. I really like Udogie. I think it's really harsh to say you've not seen anything from him. But I also agree that he's too injury prone.
I don't get what you're telling me that you've seen enough there to say
consistently, but I've seen
when
like Tel. Oh, I can't. Bloody, I'm 48. I can't remember what happened an hour ago.
No, I'm not having that. For me, even when he's had a good game, even when he's had a good game, he's done the basics. He's done nothing for me to go, oh wow, look at that. Yeah, player there. Nothing.
James, I'll actually concede. I will not even concede because I have nothing to concede here. But if Tottenham sign Neco Williams, for me, he goes ahead of Udogie in the starting booth.
Yeah,
absolutely. Mate, look, call me muck. I'd rather Andy Robertson over Udogie.
Make an argument that he starts ahead of Pedro Porro as right back. I rate Neco Williams.
No, I like Porro. You're on your own there.
I've said this for so long. Neco Williams is the most underrated right back or left back in the Premier League. He is a top fullback that no one talks about. He's properly good.
And James, before you start giving it the old I ain't seen nothing from Udogie, you was the one who said Vicario was the best thing since sliced bread, so ban
it. Listen, we don't get through without Vicario in pivotal moments. He's playing with a hernia. But again, same with Vicario. I've also said sell Vicario. I've also said that. I've seen enough now to say enough's enough. You've got to go. You're not good enough with your feet. Fair enough. But I don't feel like I fit in with the whole sympathy for shit players. And by that, I'm talking about Bergvall. I'm talking about Udogie. I'm talking about Archie Gray. Not one person has said to me about Fernandes, about him being a future prospect. All I've heard is how good is Fernandes. They don't talk about him being the same age as Archie Gray. Poor guy needs 3 years to become good. They talk about him as a quality player. So for me, they can all go. I have no love lost there for me in sticking up because we want them to become good. We've tried that over the last 2 seasons and finished 17th and 17th, and I've seen enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Rain?
I mean, can I ask a question? Is anybody talking about Fernandes, his age and needed time, when you compare him and Gray as being the same age, basically? I think there's a year difference.
Yeah, of course not. Of course, 100%. But the difference is that you're paying 85 million quid, which is back to the point I made to Drew. if you're paying 85 million quid for a player, then, like there's expectations around that player to be a first team starter, right? You know, no one's going to be no one. If you go back to like Michael Owen when he was 18 years old, people talking about him doing what he's doing because he's so young, but also he's doing what he's doing because he's so good. Age is a number when you're at that level. It will remain to be seen whether Fernandes carries on.
Yeah,
on the
of course.
But no one's looking at Fernandes and thinking he's one for the future because you're paying 85 million quid for him.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair point.
Making like you can't sit there and pay 100 million quid for Krupi and then say, well, he's one for the future. No, you're paying 100 million quid for someone. He's one for the now.
So with that, and that's a fair point to be fair. With that, do you think that the likes of Gray, Bergvall, Udogie, Tel, for example, if we're going to sign a left winger, should be sold this window because next window, if they play less, their value is going to drop, right? So if you think Archie Gray gets 3 or 4 games this season, for example, we value him at 45 million. Next year, it's going to be like, well, he's a bit part player. You're now 35 million. Same for Tel, Bergvall, Udogie, or whoever, right? So for me, this is kind of why I'm also kind of sitting on that fence of get rid of them all if you can, why you can, because next year, if they do play less, I would rather, me personally, you're 1-0 up against Chelsea, bring on Bentancur, bring on Gallagher, than I would a Gray. So I don't see where they get in for the next 2 or 3 years. And even if they do already, then they've got to not only get to Prem, they've then got to overtake Fernandes, who's on the same path, same age, same trajectory. So for me, I feel like, look, we did a lot of good business for young players, but if we can get profit or our money back, they have to go so we can then focus on the now a little bit. The players we are bringing are young.
And I'm also happy to, like, as much as I've been Mathys Tel's biggest supporter / defender, like if Tottenham want to bring in a Rashford or a Leao and then also bring in behind that an El Mala or an Abdi or someone like that, I'm not dying on the hill on anybody, right? I don't care. I just think that the only reason I ever have strong opinions that are stronger than they should be is because I feel like the antithesis of my opinion are people that have died on the hill in a different way. Drew, do you know what I mean? Like with Daniel Levy, I don't give a fuck about Levy. I'm not getting into Levy. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just
Your chairman, Sean.
The only reason I ever died on his hill on the other side was because I felt like there was like this wave of ridiculousness where people couldn't acknowledge anything that he had done well, and it was like getting blood from the smoke.
He fucked off.
But like for me, like I start, if I just hear irrational and inconsistent logic on one side, I'll represent the other side. And if they're not wavering, I won't. And I felt it was the same with Mathys Tel. And to a degree, it was the same for Odegaard for a long time. But that doesn't mean that I'm married to these fucking people. I'm not even married to the shape of the earth, guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if someone puts out a fucking great argument that says to me that the earth is flat, I'll fucking get
What a fucking delusional. What have you been smoking,
and on
Sean?
that note, let me reintroduce to you guys. Here's the next plug. The Rabbit Hole Ramblings is coming back to Tottenham. It's been a hiatus. The Rabbit Hole's coming back this week, people. So keep a look out for that. Drew, let me ask you: do you understand where I'm coming from when it comes to like having loyalty towards a player versus having like dying on the hill? Mathys Tel, I am happy. James is someone that thinks that Mathys Tel's shit. I don't think he's shit. I think he's got a lot of promise, but I'm if Tottenham want to sell him and they bring in a Leao or a Rashford and then someone else who can compete in that, because Savinho or whatever, I'm happy to see Mathys Tel go. I just don't believe that he's as bad as people have made him out to be. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I was sorry, I've had my head in my phone a little bit just because I wanted to try and look at some numbers, because I'm just going back to the Krupi Jr. and paying the price that we're paying and him having to start. And the reason why I feel that's different to like the Fernandes and the Tonali thing is because Fernandes over the last 2 seasons, by the looks of it, has played 36 times for Southampton and 36 times for West Ham. He's played 2,900 minutes and then 3,000 minutes. And I just think when you compare that to Krupi and you see that he's played 33 games but only averaged 55 minutes or 50 odd minutes and only played 1,600 in total, I just think I think there's something to be said for somebody of an age and having proved it, and somebody that's an age and hasn't proved it. And I think that the reason that you pay 85 million for Fernandes is because you've overpaid a little bit, but you've also got a player there that over the last couple of seasons looks like he's capable of doing it. So I can see why he would come in and expect to start. With Krupi, I just don't. But going back to your point, I'm actually kind of at the point now myself where, especially with the news that Bergvall's probably off. I think Spence looks like he might go. I guess I'm not married to any of them anymore. Yeah. You know what? I was watching England the other night. And it was horrible. I don't even care if they win the World Cup. There's only a couple of players that I like, and it's the same with Tottenham. Do you know what? I'm not even sure I like most of these players anymore. So let's have let's freshen the whole thing up. We should have done it years ago. So I'm not wedded to any of them. If they've got to go, they got to go. In De Zerbi, we trust. Let's just.
You know what? That's actually a really good little segue. Let me bring Kate in, and I'm going to come to Danny. Kate, I know you've got certain takes on certain players that you do rate, that you don't rate. In De Zerbi, we trust. Does that extend beyond your particular opinion in anyone? Like if he wants Savinho, and I know that you don't rate Savinho like I don't as much as you rate others, right? If we sign Savinho tomorrow for 60 million quid, which to me personally is a wild overpayment, if that's what Tottenham and De Zerbi want, does that supersede any of our own opinions in our own opinion? If you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do understand what you mean. If Savinho comes in tomorrow for 60 mil, I will say, fine, that's the guy De Zerbi wants. I'm behind it. But if he's a flop, De Zerbi's got
coming straight for De Zerbi, bro.
I am. I'm coming straight for him, and I'll be going. I told you.
Hey, it's not a me.
But no, I look. At the end of the day, I don't know. Like, he's forgotten more about football than I'll probably ever know in my lifetime. So I'm putting my trust in him, and he knows how he wants to play and who he wants to utilize to play that way. So if it is Savinho, then let it be Savinho. But as I agree with you completely, 60 million for me is a ridiculous amount of money to be paying for a player like him.
Yeah,
so.
He's only human, Sean. He's more than capable of making mistakes.
Oh no, of course,
and we started. I started on this show. I started on this show saying, "What the hell was that?" I started on this show saying I don't really understand. I don't really understand Krupi. I don't really understand why we want to get Krupi Jr. if we've got our 10s and we, and we've got the wingers and we've got 2 8s. So, and I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying I need to see how that's going to work, and the only person at the moment who knows how that's going to work is De Zerbi in his head, or maybe, along with his coaches. But I don't get the Krupi Jr. thing. I don't really understand how that's going to work with the other players that we've got and the players that we're looking to.
What would you do instead then, Rain? Before I come to Danny, what would you if Tottenham have got, let's just say, 100 million quid prepared for a 9? What direction do you go in? Do you think that Dare to Dream? Like, could you go and get someone that's like mental, like a Lautaro Martinez, prize him away from Inter? Would you go? I mean, God forbid we embarrass ourselves by trying to throw money at Osimhen. But look, is there someone that's like, someone else?
Osimhen. I think Osimhen would be absolutely fine.
I know who James is going to say.
I'm going to say.
Sorry, before James comes in, I want to come to let Rain finish. Danny,
but I would go for an out and out 9. If we're looking at Porro likes to cross the ball. If we've got these 8s who are going to progress the ball out to the wingers, and you've said it, you either have wingers who come inside, they're inside forwards, but then they're coming into that congested space on the edge of the penalty area.
I only make that argument in a world where you want a Krupi type of 9, right? If you want to go and get a Gonçalo Ramos, and that ship has sailed, but if you wanted to go and get a traditional 9, then I'm more than happy to see a Savinho who's a touchline winger. I'm more than happy to see an Abdi who's a touchline winger. I'm just saying, like, if you want a 9 to drop deep, then you need to hand off the responsibility to the wingers to become inside forwards to contribute. If you have an out-and-out 9, then the way that those guys benefit is by having out-and-out wingers. So it's a.
And if you've got and if you've got 2 ball-playing 8s, then what you want them to do is to progress it out to the wingers. And for the wingers to spread the play. So then you end up with, this is in my head, you end up with the wingers having to be classic wingers and 2 people and a 10 and a 9 bombing into the box. So I don't get it. I don't get how this is going to work. It feels like we're getting some really, really good players in Krupi Jr. and the left wingers that we're being associated with, but I'm not sure they're going to work together. I will just say, we talk about age. Age is not the important thing. At 20 years old, Wayne Rooney had played 4 seasons of top flight football, right? Because he started at 16. So the problem with Archie Gray, well, actually Archie Gray's played like 5,000 minutes already in the last 2 seasons. Of Premier League football, but the problem with the 20-21-year-olds that we've been signing is none of them are experienced. None of them have got experience. They've got maybe 1,000 minutes, and that is a problem with Krupi Jr.
Yeah, but that's the conversation with most, like 90% of people of the age of 18, 19, or 20. Most of them, Wayne Rooney's and the Michael Owens and the etc.'s. They're outliers, right? Like the bell curve is how it looked for a reason, Listen, Ray,
that's why you want a 24-year-old, because on the average they're going to have had 3 or 4 seasons where you've got good information from them. You don't really know how they're going to play, but I always come back to it. You know that they've got to be a character about them as well.
You're just not on board Krupi like most people are for a variety of reasons. That's fair enough.
I love Krupi Jr. I just don't understand how it's going to work.
I hear the reservation.
That's okay.
Go on, James.
That's okay, right? Because I don't think anyone understands what De Zerbi's going to do either.
Exactly.
So I think it's okay to understand that. Like, look, at the end of the day, he's a bloody good player, and I trust that De Zerbi will get all his good players in the squad. I mean, for me, I know a lot of people like Van der Ven. He's the 3rd best defender in the squad now for me personally. I would take the 2 new guys over him as a centre-back, defensive centre-back. So for me, I don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to buy him? Has he convinced him to come in and then drop him? Is he going to go free at the back? I don't know. So for me, I agree with what you're saying, but it's just like, no matter where he fits in or how he fits in, he's a very, very good player. And I trust that De Zerbi will get the best out of good players rather than get, like if you sign a player that's an 8 every week, you've got more chance of getting him to a 10 than bringing somebody in like an Odebert that I've seen a 6 from every week, and then you see on occasion 7, 5. So I'd rather bring someone in that's a higher caliber and see if you can push him up than keep taking chances on Archie Gray's, Berghvall. So like you said, with experience, Archie Gray's had 2-3 years now in Championship, which we all say everyone should go Championship, Premiership. And he hasn't impressed me personally to the point of anything. So I would just be happy to see better quality players in. And for me, if the striker's good enough for Barcelona, he's good enough for Tottenham Hotspur. That's what I would say.
Yeah, fair enough.
Would
you
got to
go, mate, yeah?
Yeah, speak soon.
Love you, mate. Thanks, mate.
See you later, Rain.
Take care, bro.
Who's that striker you said you'd spend money on, James? If you could have one.
He's going to Barcelona and he's going to rack up the goals and win everything with Barcelona. Adeyemi is the guy that you go and buy if you want to play someone behind.
He's gone.
Is he gone there already? Is he signed?
He's done that one. So he's definitely gone. But funnily enough, today,
27 million euros. That's nothing.
Well, he's signed. He's actually signed.
No, he's going to.
He's the Usain Bolt of fucking footballers.
You've got no idea. Listen. Everyone that's watching this,
favorite player.
Everyone that's watching this, I will tell you the facts, right? Mr. Butler went and watched a YouTube compilation of Adeyemi and then come back in the chat and thought, oh, I didn't know he was that good. I didn't know he was a bit. I thought he was just a pace merchant. When he's banging in goals from 40 yards with the outside of his boot, he's, oh, I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah, back in the real world, I've always said Adeyemi's all right, but he is
He's good. No, he's good.
He is the Timo Werner of 2026, and congratulations to Barcelona, because they'll probably find a way to make it work. But in any event, the real news is not that James was wrong. It's that, well, that's also real news. But the more important news is that Ferran Torres has been linked with Tottenham today. Ferran Torres. Now, is he a player that you would take to Tottenham Hotspur? Danny, you haven't spoken in a while.
Tell.
You'd rather have Mathys Tel than
Yeah.
Ferran. Fuck it.
Wow. Flower to say that.
Jesus Christ.
For Flower to say that's a lot. I agree with. To be honest with you, when was the last time?
Hold the fort.
Go on.
Drew, you're the captain of the ship because these other bozos don't know what they're doing. All right, 1 second.
Captain, my captain. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't know what you're doing. He's
right. I am not
Demonetised. Should just get him demonetised. Just do it.
Right, Drew, you start. Let's go. Let's get him demonetised.
See you.
Of course.
No, I'm not going to do it. Come on, what are we thinking about? What? Torres. Who's a yes? Who's a no? Who would take him? Who wouldn't?
I would.
No.
Not for me.
No.
Not for me. I mean, he's a good player. He's a good player, right? But is that what we really need right now? Like, I mean, look, if you're going to bring in like 2 or 3 more attackers, then yeah, okay, bring him as an addition. I'm all for building the squad up, but is he someone that you're going to look to rely on week in, week out? I don't know. I don't think so. Personally,
he's going to PSG by all accounts, on what everyone's saying.
Is he actually going to PSG?
That's what a lot
and that sums it up to me, right? He's going to be 8th choice winger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sums it up.
Yeah.
Nowhere near.
They're gonna be
For me, I would rather take the chance on someone like Tel Odebert than bring someone that's flopped at every club he's been to. Personally.
Wow.
Well, he didn't flop at Man City. He just was never the number 1 player. He was actually pretty decent at Man City.
He never really tore out though. I never looked at him and went, "Oh yeah, look at this guy. Like he's all right." Like for me, and even when he comes on for Spain, I don't really look at him and go, "Yeah, you're the guy I want to be bringing into my club." When our attacking line is so bad, if we had a good attacking line, I would be more like, "Oh yeah, fair enough." Like I'd bring him on for last 20, 30 minutes. When you're talking of him coming in and starting, no way, not for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not the biggest fan of Torres.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with what they've said. Really, I kind of don't understand why no one's going in for like an Ivan Toney. I still kind of
afford them.
Do you know why, Kate? I think what I was going to touch onto is that it's clear. It looks clear that the players we're targeting are like those kind of not traditional number 9s. Like it looks like he's happy to have Solanke as the only number 9. Whether or not now that could be a Deserby mistake, right? But clearly, if he's happy to have and trust him in the squad, right, that in those 11, 12 players that he said he trusts, then he's obviously doing something in training that he likes to make him believe that he can trust him, right? And maybe with better quality around him, like because let's be honest, Solanke's had pretty shit team around him. I think most of the Spurs players over the last few years have been dog shit, right? So the fact that De Zerbi managed to get again, and I reiterate this all the time, no manager has ever taken over a team with 7 games left in a relegation zone and managed to come out of relegation, like to save a team from relegation. And De Zerbi did that, and that's because he somehow instilled belief into these absolute dross players, right? Majority of them are dross players, and managed to somehow just make us survive. And the fact that he did that, I'm willing for the foreseeable, even if De Zerbi makes mistakes, right? I'd rather him be the guy that's going to pick the players and make the mistakes than have directors of football that continuously keep doing the same shit that we've seen for the last 20 years, right? Because the idea for me is that if Spurs want to do something different, they have to change something. They have to act differently. And if we keep going back to the same old methodology of how we've tried to run this football club, from a transfer strategy, from any type of strategy, right, then isn't that not the definition of doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for different results, right? The only way you can change to get different results is by changing. Now, the fact that they're changing their transfer strategy by actually increasing the wage structure and the money that they're playing and actually targeting ready-made players already is a sign that they're changing their ethos, right? Their strategy, right? Yeah. So for me, if De Zerbi is the guy that says, look, I want this player, I don't want him, I'm all for it. I will go with whatever De Zerbi, whatever player we sign.
Okay. Listen,
I have a feeling, Sean.
I don't disagree with anything you just said. Okay, and this is why I asked Kate the question a minute ago. When it comes down to De Zerbi, if he wants it, are you okay just getting on board it regardless? And I think we all are to some degree. I think everybody here, and I would imagine there's nearly 1,200 people, by the way, watching, which is insane after 2 hours of absolute nonsense and waffle. Love to see it. I've got to do some super chats in a second as well. But if you guys are all like Tottenham fans right now, after how we've been and what's going on, everyone's happy, everyone is buying into it, then this idea of like what De Zerbi wants, De Zerbi gets is absolutely fine. But as content people, if people that are like you guys in the chat that are participating, it doesn't mean that you have to distance yourself from your own opinion. You are allowed to sort of sit there and ultimately say, look, I don't personally rate this guy, and I certainly don't value him at this price point. Or conversely, in the case of like an Adeyemi with James, for example, like Barcelona got him for 35 million or whatever it cost, right? So you can have the argument of like, well, Tottenham already beat Barcelona in previous summers, previous seasons to other players. So like we can compete, you know, especially when it comes to money. So you can make the argument to say, well, whatever De Zerbi wants, De Zerbi gets, fine. But on a valuation basis or some other metric, I would rather Tottenham have gone in a different direction. And in James's case, that's Adeyemi. And by the way, I was only mucking around James. I think Adeyemi's a talent. I would. Sorry, just super quick. Let me finish the point. And I've got to do super chats, James, and then I'll come back to you because the super chats.
Just on that one little point, I just literally on that point. On that one point where you're saying about do we like give De Zerbi the reins or whatever, yeah. You know what I would love nothing more than be and I want to say it's the right way because I know people can take it the wrong way, but actually be like De Zerbi out because De Zerbi got it wrong, not Frank out because he was brought in, Tel and Odibert and Gray and Bergvall, or Pochettino out because he was given to Sissoko and XYZ. I would love to be a manager out when they've been backed, they've been given every tool they've asked for, and then they fail.
Yeah,
because then I can say, you know what, my club has done the best for you, and you failed my club. Not 100%. He's too good for my club, and my club have failed him. Like I would love to be.
Also,
that's actually a fucking brilliantly pertinent point because we are walking into a season right now where everyone is suddenly talking about Tottenham. Maybe, you know, is there a chance we're a title challenger? Probably, obviously not, right? But like somewhere between second and sixth is sort of like most Tottenham fans' ultimate top end. A lot of Tottenham fans. Scott M, I see you in the chat. You're probably still predicting a relegation battle because you know what you're like. but for the rest of the the reasonable world, there's somewhere in like most people in the top half of the table, right? But if it turns out that we shit the bed, if it turns out that with all of what's going on, we finish. Hang on 1 second, Danny. If we end up being scrapping around 14th, 15th by January, February. It can't be ENIC out protests. And I'm not even a fan of the lipstick on the pig new versions, right? I don't buy all that bollocks. But like to be fair to anybody who's stuck by the ownership or who's gone against them, this time around, if it doesn't work out, it has to be on the manager, right? Has to be.
Of course. But also there are
2.0 has got to go. 2.0 has got to go.
There are other elements to it, right? For example, if we have like a massive injury issue, right, where all of our bloody players that we've all signed this season are all injured in some
of course,
like crazy scenario, right? No, of course, it's not, right? Yeah. But on top of that, Sean, I think what we have to look at is every manager that wins big things, like who wins titles, they will all make mistakes in terms of players they bring in and players they let go. It's very notable that some of the best managers of all time have made mistakes in selling players that they shouldn't have sold and bought players they shouldn't have bought, right? So it works both ways. And the idea of when you're trying to build something to win something, right, you're going to have things in there that's not 100% perfect, right? You like, look at Arsenal, right? Do you think they're going to look at Madueke and think like, yeah, he's the guy that we want to be as our right winger for the next 5 years if Saka's not fit? Like, of course not, right? But he was part of a team, right, that they built to win a title, right? He might not be great, but he was part of that. Like Trossard. Trossard is about to be sold to Fenerbahce. He was like their top scorer last season, right? So he's going to be sold. So this is what I mean by that. Sometimes that you're going to get players that in a cycle you're going to need to move on.
Well,
and
no, of course.
And De Zerbi will probably, and De Zerbi and the team who are bringing in players, they're going to make mistakes with certain players, of course.
Anyone can point to anything and say, it wasn't me, governor. The reason why I didn't get to the exam on time was because of traffic, or the reason why I didn't hit that sales because like the ink dried on my pen when I handed over the insertion. Or like, there's always someone that can come up with an excuse. But ultimately, you live and breathe. There's no asterisks in life. There's only scoreboards. If De Zerbi doesn't get on the scoreboard at the high end of the fucking pitch, the high end of the table by Christmas time, and then the usual wheels of discontent start rolling, I think James has made a fucking brilliant point there, James. And it's the first time we've actually spoken about it, because for the first time in forever, no one's talking about negative outcomes. Everybody's assuming the best, right? Because, ENIC are finally fucking putting their hand in their pocket. Therefore, everything's great right now. We don't know how it's going to work out. And James, I think it's a fantastic point. And I'm going to content this for the next week. I think I'm going to rinse that fucking angle for the views and the clues. So I appreciate you've given me.
No, but it is though, isn't it? Even with Levy.
What happens if it doesn't work out? If by Christmas time we're 15th, you can't blame Joe. You can't blame Luke.
It all depends, though, Sean. It all depends. But it is a caveat, because right now, as it stands, as you would say, thus far, the window has been brilliant, right? But if the window was to end tomorrow and they haven't brought in any attackers in, right, then it's not a good window, right? So we have to see how it goes at the end of the window. And if they brought in everything we need, I agree.
Assuming we get,
if we get a left winger, for me, I struggle to find how that's not a 10 out of 10 window, to be honest, because you have
need two more attackers. For me, if we're going on based on before the window opened, if you would have said to me a 10 out of 10 window, I would have said a proper midfielder, a proper winger, and if Romero goes, a proper defender. We've brought in 2 proper defenders, 2 midfielders. Yeah,
if we bring in a winner as well, like for me, that for me is so like, you know what, you've done everything I've ever asked. And sometimes I do feel like Daniel Levy sometimes focused on the money too much. And as smart as he is, listen, sometimes it's good to prove a point, spend that money and deflect all that blame onto the next guy, right? Well, so what Lewis are doing the last 2 years, people have been called, last 20 years, people have been calling ENIC out. They've used Daniel Levy as a scapegoat. They're going, look, this is the poison, Bosch. And now look what we're doing. And what they've done is they can't make Daniel Levy's a bad egg. And they've also, they've done, as well as throwing Daniel Levy out with the rubbish, they've gone and got De Zerbi, gone, this is a top manager.
Yeah.
Here you go. Bang, he's in the spotlight. Yeah. Your problem. We've done everything we can. And for me, as a chairman of a football club, the owners of my football club, if they said, what would be the dream scenario? You're now doing it. Because now I can't look at you. I have to look at De Zerbi. I have to.
Yeah. But does a manager really want? This is a little bit of a philosophical conversation. Kate, let me ask you this, because you've been quiet for a while. Does a manager really want to be in an environment where they get absolutely everything they've asked for? Because after that, as soon as it doesn't go right, there's nowhere else for the fans to turn their frustrations at other than the manager. Whereas at
100%.
Years gone by, every single manager, whether it's Conte, Mourinho, Poch, everyone, they've all had the ability to sit there and go, decent club. but there's no diss a club anymore.
They won't.
Yeah,
They won't
yeah,
be.
yeah.
Not if they won't be. They won't. You cannot blame the board because the board have actually done what we've all wanted for so long, right? And they've also backed a manager to what he wants. So there's no excuses for the manager, right? And also, I just want to say, have you seen a positive comment from Scott?
Kate, you sound like a fucking ladyboy in Thailand. You know,
Come on,
Kate, just before you move on to your next point, I've got to do the super chats, but I also want Kate just to give her answer to the question I asked her, and then we'll bring everyone else back in. Go on, Kate. You haven't said anything for ages.
Well, the two things I wanted to say was, first of all, the biggest bomber of the night is James Flowers come out with an absolute cracking comment. I've never had so much praise for such a good comment. So big up, Mr. Flower. No, second of all,
Here every week,
sorry,
right?
I get what
Here
you're
every week.
saying. I get what you're saying. You know, does a manager want? Surely a manager does want everything they want if it goes well. But I get what you're saying, because if it goes bad, there's nowhere to hide. He can't hide behind the, oh well, I wanted so and so and I got so and so, like Conte did, like Mourinho did. But tough shit. We as fans wanted the ball to back a manager. That's exactly what they've done. And if it turns out that it doesn't work, the buck stops with De Zerbi, and that's just how it is, I'm afraid. I think the board have had enough stick over the years.
Can we come back to this conversation after?
We're definitely going to come back to it. We're definitely.
And Sean, you have to start. You have to start Scott M's positive.
I didn't want to cut you off, Danny. I didn't want to cut you off. But Kate, just
no. That's fine.
Kate, just I know you, Jimbo or the cat or whatever's distracting you. But when
That's my son.
Oh, okay. Big up, junior Kate. When there's five people, in the fucking chat, and you've been waiting patiently for 45 minutes to get a word in, and when the host finally steps in and goes, "Kate, have your say," try and elongate your point out for more than 3 seconds, because you get to the point very quickly, which is brilliant. But then you're going to immediately get sucked back out of the conversation at these fucking bozos down here.
I'm not. Because trust me, Sean, if I've got something to say or I think they're talking shit, I will stop them. But I haven't really got anything to say on it.
And the same goes for Drew. Same goes for Drew at the top, in the fucking middle of the house there, Drew. You don't fucking either.
Yeah.
Drew don't even know where he is.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have a fucking clue where he is. Why, I son? Why, I son? He's on mute, is he?
I'm not here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I don't like to be rude. I don't like to jump in and just fucking shout all over fucking people like some people do. I like to sit back and try and digest what people are saying. And to say that I don't understand what's going on because I got a little bit too high is just fucking ridiculous.
Wait, I never said that. I never said that.
No, I'm not saying it's. Look, it's all in good fun, man. It's all in good fun. I'm not having serious pops.
No.
I don't like to. No. I just don't like to. I genuinely don't like to interrupt.
I'm the same, Drew. Drew, I'm the same. I know what you're a gentleman.
I can't even say that I don't like to interrupt without being fucking interrupted.
What do you mean?
What's the point?
Absolutely love it. Sensationale. Let's get these super chats done and we'll come back to the conversation. Big up to this was from 2 hours ago, Mr. Bertie P.
He's probably unmembered by now.
He's fucked off. He's fucked off over to Last Word on Spurs. He's been waiting for Last Word on Spurs to go live for the last hour and a half.
He killed some time over here. He's like, yeah, that's enough. You know, get a refund.
Up to you, Mr. Bertie P. I'm only joking about it. I love you, Ricky. It's a bit of fun. It's coming home, he says. Fucking hell, this is from back when we were talking about England.
Did we talk about England?
Oh my God. We are so far past that. Sorry, Bertie P. Big up to you. It's coming home. It's coming home. Chudini's in the house as well. Big up to Chudini with the super sticker. Choo to you, mate. Choo to you, bro. I appreciate you so much, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Sunny as Life says, as an American, I've always found the service in the UK great when I'm there 2 to 3 times a year.
You know, this was so long.
This is all back. This is all way back.
You're a shit host, man. You're a shit host. These guys are paying their money. You don't give a fuck.
No, I get distracted by you lot waffling on. You lot are waffling on for an hour and a half, man. Your bollocky points about fucking Adeyemi. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Fucking amazing.
What a show.
Sonny, thank you, Maddison. I appreciate you appreciate the English culture. I still think that Americans have a little bit more respect for themselves than I think maybe we do with the people who come over. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's
They
right.
have to, Sean, otherwise they get shot. Just saying.
Whoa! Come on, that's a stereo. That's a stereotype. Don't make me get my gun.
Right. You upset the Geordies. I'm going to upset the Yanks.
How it? Sonny's come back in saying, definitely think England can get past Argentina. We are so far back in the chat. Jesus Christ. It can get past Argentina unless the FIFA conspiracy to get Messi versus Mbappe don't get in the way. Sonny, 100% agree with you, mate. Hopefully we're going to do it, buddy. I'm sorry, my man. I'm so sorry, you guys. We moved on for the last 2 hours on that conversation. JB Macaulay also about an hour and a half ago said halftime shows are 11 minutes.
11 minutes.
I'm such a bad host. I'm a terrible host. And Josh says, big up panel, maybe late, but what's the Sizzy Bomber?
Neco bloody Williams.
He's probably perfect timing. If that was 2 hours ago, he's caught it all.
He caught it all now. You know what's going on. Neco Williams to Tottenham, Jed Spence leaving, and Bergvall to Forest. That's the conversation. Big up to you, mate. Thank you very much indeed. And Blaine has just got the fucking absolute whopper of
An absolute whopper.
Absolute. Ta. Big up to you, Blano. 20 Spurs Talk Show memberships. What an absolute legend this man is. If you did receive, and I think that happened just now, didn't it? Literally happened just now. Yeah. So all the people that got a membership, big up to you all. I'm going to be doing a fan phone-in show tomorrow evening. Drew, I don't know if you're around.
I'm at work tomorrow, mate.
Tuesday then. Drew, you around?
Friday, I'm off work. Do you want to do it Friday?
We'll do a member show Friday.
Make it Friday. Let's do it Friday.
We'll do it Friday night. Friday night member show.
Night. It's all right. Friday night.
Big up to Blaine.
I'm doing a member show tomorrow though at 3 o'clock. Just a cheeky plug there.
Next super chat.
Thank you so much, mate. Very, very cool of you.
Well done, Blaine.
Where were we in the big up to you, Blaine? Absolute fucking legend, mate. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. Everyone's a legend. Sorry for those super chatters that put that in 2 hours ago. I blame myself. It's bad hosting.
Yeah, we are terrible.
Right, let's get back to that conversation we're having because it was a good one.
Conversation. Can I just ask how that ice sculpture's doing?
It's now water.
Oh, it's melting. Okay, just checking.
Yeah, but I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying the ice. It's been fantastic. It's sensational. James, you said you wanted to bring back in. Oh, wait, who did I interrupt? Who did I interrupt to get the conversation? Was it Drew? Was it Kate? Was it
Drew?
Danny? Or was
Drew's
it
always interrupted. Let Drew speak. Go on, Drew.
We were talking about whether or not it's a bad thing for managers to get all they want.
Well, I mean, I did kind of mention this the other day on the show about the pressure being on De Zerbi because of the amount of money that's been spent. I'm kind of, there's no, I think I just echo the same sort of sentiment. There is absolutely no excuse, right? And I'm sure that's kind of the way if De Zerbi would probably turn around and tell you that's the way he wants it. I mean, and that's easy for me to say, he's getting, £80 million midfielders that Ange Postecoglou wasn't getting. So, but I would like to think that he seems like the sort of dude that will say, look, I've got everything I've got here that I need. And because of that, it's up to me to try and make it work. And I would think that a manager that doesn't think that way is probably not psychotic or narcissistic enough to really go as far in the game as the ones that do. Do you know what I mean? Because I think you have to be that, I guess, arrogant. I guess you have to be there. You have to be on the edge. I've got all of these, and if I see something better, I want something better because I need the best tool. And if you give me the best tool, I will give you the best outcome.
Yeah, I just worry. I worry it's going to piss off James. Like, we're giving this guy everything he wants, but like, where's been the track record to believe that he's ever going to stay anywhere longer than 18 to 2 years?
Hang on. Sorry, James. Sorry.
Oh, hold on. What happened to interrupted people? That's a fucking
fantastic. The dude had to leave a war-torn country. Then he went to a club that he got to as far as he thought he could get to, and then turned around and said to the owners, "You give me a bit more, and I'll give you a bit more." And they're very strict, and they said, "Sorry, Mr. De Zerbi, not going to happen." He said, "All right, do you know what? Walk away." Marseille is I'd see, because I annoyed the French the other day, innit? Because I said Marseille's a shithole. And you know what? Marseille, I stand by it. I stand by it. You're an absolute fucking shithole.
Le Drusilla, tu es un fils de poids. La Marseille, c'est magnifique, et tu es le fils de poids. Don't like you. Don't like you. We burn the city regardless. We win or whether we lose. Cars, they will burn. That's what happens out there, mate.
Fucking little bit German at the end there. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Listen, I wouldn't piss on Marseille if it was on fire. Anyway, he now comes to us, right? He now comes to us and saves us from the worst thing that could have possibly happened.
Oh no, it happened again. What did he just say? I guess it's time to say goodbye. We're getting canceled today.
Can fucking do one and all.
What I would say though, I know this is going to sound a bit like snobby or arrogant or whatever you want to call it, right? But for me, to be successful in anything in life, you've got to back yourself 110%. You don't make those jumps or those leaps in any business. I remember when I started my own business, I worked for British Gas for so long, and then that jump to doing it on your own is the biggest jump you'll ever make in your life. And if you don't back yourself 110%, you'll fail, right? Whether it's in life or buying an opportunity in a house or anything, whatever it is, if you don't back yourself 100%, you don't really believe you're going to be successful, then it ain't going to be successful. You have to back yourself with everything. And by getting everybody that you want but getting everything you want, you've got this vision in you that you're going to be able to play the way you want to play, succeed the way you want to succeed, and go on and on and on. If he went into the board and said, I want this player, this player, this player, but I don't really want all of them because I think fourth is good enough. Like, I don't think that works. I think if you want to be the best, you've got to demand the best.
James, if he knows that he can get whatever he wants within reason.
How do you know he knows? How do you know he knows? How do you know that he thinks that he can get whatever he wants?
Well, because he's asked for everything he's asked for thus far. He's got everything.
How do you know? How do you know it's not the club wanted it and they said, "Hey, we want this. Are you on board with this?" Like, I don't think it's just a one-way street. I think there's an element of
saying that the difference between Tottenham of old and Tottenham of now is Daniel Levy would haggle over Van Hecker to the point where we wouldn't have signed him. Daniel Levy would have probably haggled over fucking Marcus Senesi on a free transfer, right? And we wouldn't have signed him until the last game of the season. So, like, you know, as much as I defend Daniel Levy, I know that he's not the right person to handle this new iteration of Tottenham. But the new iteration of Tottenham is essentially paying whatever the fuck the other teams want. Right? They wanted 100 million quid for Newcastle's Tonali. We gave it to them. West Ham wanted 85 million quid. We gave it to them. Brighton wanted 52 million, 53 million, whatever it was for Van Hecker. We gave it to them. If Bournemouth want 85 million quid or 90 million quid for Bournemouth, for Krupi, we'll probably give it to them. So, like, it's out of the frying pan into a different fire. I don't think that, like, you can sit there and kind of go, congratulations, Rafi Mawson or whoever it is that's negotiating, but there's no negotiating going on. You're just bending over and taking whatever and paying the money. And to my point,
you just need to enjoy it, though. We just need to enjoy it, Sean. The force has been turned on, mate.
I'm not complaining about it.
Let it flow. Let
I'm
it
not
flow.
Oh, I will let it flow. I'm not complaining about the whole process. I'm enjoying it.
Right?
That
It's going to stop at some point.
If De Zerbi gets croupy and we pay whatever they want, then if like that to me rings true of an ideology where De Zerbi has kind of got the club and like, I'll come and work for you. And if we stay up, then you give me X amount. That's why I'm here, right? You're going to give me what I want. He's got all of the leverage. So if that's the case, James, why would you settle for Savinho?
Because so I think Savinho would be the perfect player in the perfect system. So whichever the system is, which is what I was saying, right? If he says, right, I want Ivan Toney or a player like that, I just don't see how two touchline wingers beating their men every time, delivering balls doesn't work. But then, so what I would almost say to that is, where you're saying about we're not negotiating because we're just paying everything that they want to. I agree, but I believe that ends the moment we turn our fortunes upside down. So we finished 17th for the last 2 times. The fans are demanding stuff now. They're under so much pressure. They have to bring in the talent. Whereas, say, for example, hypothetical, we finish 3rd next season, just for example, and then we're looking at a Guimaraes from Newcastle. You then go back to them and say, look, Champions League, top 3 club, I'll give you 50 million. Like what Arsenal are doing, right? They've seen us pay 85 million, 100 million, but they're sitting in from the position of power because they've just won the league. So the moment that their players are linked with Arsenal, they're forcing their way out because they want to go. We've got to sell a project for the first year to get our way up that table. Once we're up that table again, it's a lot easier to sell the picture of, right, we finished 3rd next year, we want to challenge for the title, or we finished 5th next year, we want to get top 3 or top, whatever it is.
Savio is of the same quality of Tonali and Fernandez and Van Hecke and Senesi.
No, I don't. But I think that he is a very, very good player. And in the right system, I genuinely believe that you're looking at a top player. You can't
also say that somewhere in the somewhere out there it isn't a game of people trying to sell their players to clubs, you know, without even necessarily the clubs being involved in that conversation yet, right? You've dangled Savinho. Well, now Savinho seems like, well, you know, a few weeks ago wasn't even in the conversation. Now we're looking at other people. So now you're maybe using those other people as the agents using that as a message to send to the club. Right, well, we'll go over here and we'll get this player if you're not prepared to sell that player. And it's just, there's a lot of moving parts in the background. And I know content's got a content. No, I know we've got to talk about these things like that. But I don't necessarily know that Savinho's the target. I just think that maybe
the reason I think he is, and the reason I think Spurs have done a bit of magic in the fact of not only have they I think they've gone there and put the teasers out and said, right, 50 million, and they've probably gone, no, 60 million. What I reckon Spurs have then done is sold Savinho the dream. He spoke to De Zerbi. The whole thing is sorted. I've never seen a player twerk more for a club than Savinho is for Tottenham at the moment. Pedro Porro, messages under everything he's putting, liking everything he's putting. Maddison, liking all of his posts. This guy is flirting with Tottenham more than anything. So have Spurs kind of done what people do to us, drop that little sprinkle of dust and gone, oh, we like you. Yeah, come with us. This is what we're building. He's now causing problems in City going, I'm not staying. I'm joining those guys and liking everything. Doesn't look good for City. Right, it doesn't. If you're a City fan, I bet you're thinking, get this guy out of my club.
James there.
That gives us the power. Big up, Jimbo.
Yeah, he's bang on the Savinho train, Jimbo.
Yeah, I've always liked Jim. He knows what he's talking about.
I've always liked Jim. Great taste. He got great taste. Great taste.
Kate, just swap for Jim. Kate, swap for Jim.
Kate, you want want to step aside, Kate? bring in the fucking Y chromosome of the couple. Hey, how about that?
The birthday boy.
Let the cat have the fucking for the mic for a minute because the cat's a fucking legend. What we doing here,
Honestly,
Kate?
the abuse I suffer is unbelievable.
Let me ask you guys about these other stories, right? So we spoke about Ferran Torres. I don't know if we actually really got anyone's takes on it, but Ferran Torres.
I don't like it. Sorry, really quickly. I was because you've mentioned his name, and I've realised that I was actually looking up his stats while we were talking, and he's only played like 1,000 to 1,200 minutes in the last 4 or 5 seasons. That's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. James is right. He's been. I tell you what. Flowers has been spot on most of this fucking stream.
Clip that.
Spot on.
Clip that.
I think Drew's a little bit upset tonight. I can tell. I can see he's a little bit. He's upset. He's going against the grain.
If I keep getting interrupted anymore, I'm gonna fucking.
All right, let me ask you then, Drewski.
Yes,
Tottenham
mate.
Hotspur, according to sources.
Yeah.
There's a listen. I had the audacity to put this in the title and the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harry,
you have the audacity to do quite a lot of it.
Harry fucking Kane, right?
No.
Harry Kane is being monitored, according to Graham Bailey. I used to like Harry Kane.
January.
I used to like Graham Bailey, but Harry Kane to Tottenham. Is
Bailey not a gooner?
It's also been dropped by The Guardian for what it's worth. Give Me Sport are also talking about this. Tonight, all of the aggregators and a couple of the mainstreamers are talking about that Tottenham haven't given up the ghost, Drewski, on Harry Kane, and that they are in competition. That Harry Kane, once the World Cup is done, he's gonna sit down with Bayern Munich to try to organise and orchestrate a new contract, but that Harry Kane might prefer a move on. And then in that world, there's only 2 options. One of them is Barcelona, who have just signed players in the forward line, and I add like your bozo Adeyemi, right?
He won't get in. He won't get in.
He won't get in. And the other option is Tottenham, and that Harry Kane wouldn't go to another Premier League team. He wouldn't go to another Premier League team.
Don't do this to me, Sean. Don't do this to me. It broke my heart when he left. It broke my heart.
Drew, I'm just saying what's in the
He's
press.
going to break your heart again, Drewski.
People in the comments, I can already tell the second this stream goes live, I'm going to have a barrage of people that are in the hidden messages that I have to approve. Like, good Blake Butler, fucking Harry Kane, what an absolute see you next Tuesday. Never. I'm just saying what's out there.
The one thing that I will say, the only thing that makes me think that it's pretty easy to shoot down that is because I don't think he's going to do himself out of another Champions League run and the potential of winning it again with Bayern next year. If they fall out and fall off and they don't have a chance come January, I could maybe see him getting pushing for a move or something. I don't know, coming home or whatever. But I just don't see him moving to a club that doesn't give him the option of winning another trophy next year. I think he's just got loftier ambitions. I just don't see it.
True. Do you think, right? Because I also agree with you. I think that if he's going to go anywhere, it'll be to a team that's going to compete for the Champions League.
Exactly.
Is it possible that he actually might consider leaving Bayern Munich purely because Bayern Munich's other best player in Elise might actually leave Bayern Munich?
I was going to say this.
If they're weakening the team with someone of Elise's ability, Kane's going to look at that and feel like, well, why do I want to stay here if you're getting rid of our other best player? You're trying to build a team to win the league, or win the Champions League, not take it apart. So that might sway his decision making whether he leaves.
Even if they keep Elise, a lot of people saying, do they have a chance? Don't they have a chance? They have no fucking chance, right? Bayern Munich are the league below the top guys in the Champions League for me. There's 0 chance of them winning anything Champions League.
Level, aren't they?
That's where they are for me. Yeah, that's a good season. Quarterfinal, semi-final was a good season. Unless he's going to go Barcelona, Real Madrid, City, PSG, he's not winning the Champions League. And to be honest, the only club he gets in and out of those is probably Real Madrid or Barcelona, right? And even then, Real Madrid are going for a huge kind of upturn, if you like.
Do you think he can go to Real Madrid with Jose Mourinho?
They don't sign 33-year-olds. They don't.
No, exactly. Yeah, no. And that's more my point. But they're the only two that I would say maybe. Look.
So Tottenham's on the cards then. He could come back to
fucking
Spurs.
Come home, bro. Just come and look. We'll sign Savio. You'll have 2 bad boy wingers. Do you know what I mean? You could sit in up front. You'll have Maddison, Tonali, Fernandes. Look.
Let me ask this realistically, guys, right?
Look at Eugene's face.
Welcome back, Eugene. Welcome back, Eugenie. Realistically,
go on, ask it.
The 2017-18 season, that team where he had Sonny on his left and he had like Dele Alli on the right and he had Wanyama and Ousmane Dembele and Eriksson, and then he had Danny Rose and Carl Walker and the Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Lloris backline. Honestly, going into this season, just on paper, if you were to put Rafael Leao / Rashford / someone of that ilk on the left, comparably on paper, is not Tonali, Fernandes, Kudus, Leao, Harry Kane, Maddison, Neco Williams / Udogie, whatever, Pedro Porro, and then the 2 centre-backs, 2 of 4, by the way.
Tell me.
Is that not arguably competitive as a starting 11 comparison, plus that this version of Tottenham has a deeper bench than that version of Tottenham did?
But just say it, Sean. We're going to win the fucking lot, aren't we? Just say it, guys. Just say it.
You bring Harry Kane back, we're winning the fucking league, 100%. No, I'll say it right now. You bring Harry Kane and you slot him into that 11 with the depth on the squad, we're winning the fucking 100%.
How many Magnums in? How many Magnums are we in? Shocking.
I have had 9 sliders.
Okay, that's fair. In that case, it makes sense. In that case, it makes sense.
Would you not say that though?
I agree. I agree.
One game a week. A top left winger, Harry Kane. I think you'll go very far to find a fault in that squad, barring the goalkeeper, who's not proven himself yet.
Oh, the goalkeeper, correct? Yeah.
The I would say absolutely bare minimum. I would be expecting top 4, and that would be a bad season with that, if unless everyone got injured.
What did you say with Harry Kane?
Yeah.
With Harry Kane, I'd expect to win the fucking league. What are you talking about?
No, because there's injuries.
What are we doing here?
No, because there's injuries and stuff.
Harry Kane.
I want to make my claim unequivocally clear. The team that we had in 2017-18, right? The first 11 was arguably still better than what we would be able to put out this next season coming. However, we had nobody on the bench. We had fuck all.
And Kudu.
Okay.
But
you can make the argument that Dembele is better than anyone that we have in the team, but Wanyama versus Tonali or Fernandes, not a lot in it. You want to make the argument that Van Hecke or Romero is better than Alderweireld or who'd it be? Alderweireld on the right.
No, Alderweireld, Tonga, bro.
No, hold on though. Hold on.
Carl Walker.
Carl Walker's the best right back at the time, 100%, right? But you bring in Neco Williams, and you can. Who was Carl Walker's replacement? Do you even remember who Carl Walker's number 2 was?
Aurier.
Kieran Trippier.
No, Aurier wasn't around in 2018.
Yeah.
Trippier.
Well, Trippier. You're talking about Trippier.
Kieran Trippier.
Carl Walker Peters.
Was Trippier on the bench? It was Carl Walker Peters, wasn't it?
No, Trippier was the number 2, and then when Trippier left, we then brought in Aurier as the replacement for him.
Listen, for me, if you can put together Harry Kane in the 9 and you have Maddison, Fernandes, Tonali, Rafael Leao, and Kudus with the options off the bench of Xavi Simons and fucking and
Bentancur.
Kulusevski. And you've got Bentancur to sit behind Tonali and Fernandes, and you've got Archie Gray behind that. There's
so
too many
cute.
cats, not enough dogs. Bugsy!
I think what it is, though,
Hold on.
What are we doing here?
It's such not. Hey, look at the league. The league back then was way weaker than the league right now. So even
Disagree.
though
Completely
player by
disagree.
player,
Completely disagree.
Hard
It was a rebuild.
disagree.
Every
What are
big
you
team
talking about?
was rebuilding.
What are you?
Oh,
talking
Eugene, that is an awful take, man.
Every big team was in the mud. Bar Chelsea and Leicester were good. That's it. Every Man U was in the mud. Man City wasn't Man City yet. Liverpool wasn't
Yeah,
great.
but you could say that about this season. Liverpool are in transition. United have just got Michael Carrick. They're in transition. City have just got a new manager. They're in transition. Chelsea got a new manager. They're in transition. So everything you've just claimed is exactly the same as now.
No, but if you look at the talent, though,
100%
the talent
James,
in the
right.
league.
No, the
is way
talent
better
was
right now.
much better back then.
This season coming up is the one season that Tottenham have to go from here
It's never, yeah.
to
The top
here
four.
100%.
incredibly fucking quickly, because every other team is under massive transition. Tottenham are too, but they're all limited by their new managers and European football and not enough money. Tottenham have no European football. We have a manager that's going
Sean, you have to remember there's 9 teams in Europe this season. It's the most ever.
That's what I
I
mean.
mean, we can pull Man United. We can finish third. but
Usually
not
you
first.
have to go from like C to B to A, but Tottenham can like gazump and jump ahead of
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many. But if, I'm not saying that Harry Kane would come back this summer. Of course I'm not. I'm just saying, but in the hypothetical that he would or could, I don't think there's any reason to sit there and pretend like this squad that we're building right now, not just first 11, but squad, is not superior to the squad that we had in that 2017-18 season when we finished when we finished that third that year. It was the 2017-18 season we finished second, right? The Chelsea season. And that it would require Harry Kane or a player of that kind of caliber.
I think it would require two or three. If you, I tell you what, honestly, if you're bringing in another 2 or 3 players that have been there and done it and won multiple things somewhere else, then yes, all right, fair enough. Yeah, I will concede.
Harry
You've
Kane
probably
alone
got
is not
every chance.
I mean,
Every chance.
But who gets
You
into the
need,
squad?
you need a left winger.
There's not enough.
You need a world-class left winger and a world-class
Yeah,
nine.
there's not enough people in this squad currently that have gotten over the line. Andy Robertson is going to probably the only one that's won like multiple things back to back.
In that circumstances, then surely your number. I mean, say for example, we've signed Savio or Leao, whoever that is. You get Kane. You have to then go and buy someone that is just going to produce goals in someone like Rashford. So when they are 1-0 or 0-0, you bring him on for the last half hour, because even if he's not as good as the others, technically, physically, you know he's going to bag goals. So for me,
that's the difference, though, James. Right?
I know there's daring to dream, but isn't this a bit ridiculous?
Sorry, I'll shut the fuck up now. But just if you go and get me Savinho, and you go and get me Krupi, and you ask him to play in the 9, I don't think that there's enough enough of a situation where the fans in the away end or the opposing fans are going to sit there and go, it doesn't matter if we're 1-0 up. There's always that chance where a superstar can do anything. You have a Rafael Leao or a Rashford on the pitch in a Tottenham shirt, you could be 1-0 down until the 88th minute, and the away fans are always going to know it only takes that fucking second because you have a superstar. Tottenham don't have that right now.
But look, if you look at the squad, maybe outside of Tonali, who gets into that Poch's starting 11? Nobody. Look at world-class Sonny or elite Kane. Look at the back line. We're way deeper, I agree. But nobody from this first 11 gets into that first 11. Maybe.
But it's different though, isn't it? Because it's going to be a completely different style of football, right? So Kudus wouldn't get into that team because of the play style. But for me, Kudus gets in over like a Dele Alli out wide or an Ericsson out wide, because he's going to be a completely different player out wide to those guys, right? So, and I think this is where we're saying, if we are going to be playing this sort of free-flowing attacking football, you not only do you need a good team, you need someone that's just going to come on last minute and score a goal. You know, like the so-called sort of subs where you'd bring Defoe on last 10 minutes and he'd grab a goal. We don't have any of those guys. Our bench would be Kulu, who doesn't score loads, Xavi, who's fairly new, so we don't really know there. There's quite a lot. Odebert, we don't know. Tel has come on and did his bit at the end of the season, but he's not like you bring him on, he scores a goal. So it's quite like, for me, that first 11, if they play well all season, which is wishful thinking, yeah, you could compete at the top. But there are so many games where, look at Arsenal last season, where they brought on Trossard and he bagged the last minute goal, or they brought on, is it Moreno for Spain? I mean, he's doing it for Spain now as well, right? Coming on last 10 minutes and bagging goals. The first 11 is so vital, but you then need the next 5 or 6 players to bring on an Eze, to bring on those kind of players. But
like a Gakpo, like a Rashford.
Yeah, but it definitely steps you for me. If we had that first 11, that steps me into I expect top 4.
But James, it starts with the back line. The reason why Arsenal could do it, because they didn't give up any goals. It was 0-0. Somebody came on and scored. The way we play, if you look at our back line, we're not like Arsenal, right? So we need goals to come from 4 different players, right? So it's much more challenging than for Arsenal. For them, just keep it 0-0, scam bag a set piece, or Trossard comes on, scores a goal, and you win 1-0. With us, with Porro and Van der Ven, we're not as solid defensively. So it's a different game, in my opinion.
Who were the highest scorers in the league last season? Was it Arsenal?
Can be.
What was the question?
Really? No.
Who's the highest scorers in the league? Was it Arsenal?
Arsenal were, yeah, but most of them,
really?
like 65% set pieces. Kate, is there a
Well, this is what I'm saying. So just to add to what Eugene and everyone was saying, right? The fact that Arsenal were top scorers in the league, but yet their most offensive form of scoring
is Man City. Sorry,
Man City.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Well, still, if Arsenal's 65% of their goals were coming from set pieces, it shows that they were really focused on the set pieces and the defensive side of the game, but yet they still won the league, right? So what's to say if a team has still a good defense, but then has an attack-minded offense or tactic, then what's to say that if you've got a top attack in your front line and midfielders who can dictate a game, what's to say that can't be the thing that can take you to a different level?
The question. This is the question I want to ask. Kate, Drew, Danny, everyone. I want everyone to answer this. You might all think that I'm fucking drunk and a bozo for suggesting that you bring in a certain caliber of foot. Shut up, Kate.
I didn't say nothing.
Well, it's always your fault, Kate.
Nod in your fucking head before I've asked the question. You're a donut. Listen, let me ask you, Kate. Kate, is there a world where Tottenham can do something in the transfer market at the top end of the park between now, in the 7 weeks between now and the end of the window, where you could sit there and say, actually, why not? Why couldn't we go and do something? Is there any world where we can close the gap? Given, as James made a very eloquent point earlier, right? He's right. He's back. James has been bang on tonight, to be honest. That
he's had some.
Every other football club that is our traditional competition, Villa, Newcastle, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, and Manchester United, they all have various different things that are making their own setup unusual and unorthodox and a little bit kind of distractionary. And Tottenham are doing what they're doing. If we continue to, is there a world where we can build a forward line where you could sit there and say, do you know what? Why not? Remember, Leicester City did it.
What? Why not? As in, we could win the league.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? What would that take?
Well, first of all, if Jim was here, he'd go. If he just said to me, if Harry Kane signed, we're winning the league. That's what
I'm saying.
I agree.
Get Jim back.
He's in the shower. He's
that's all right. Jim, come back.
We'll get more view. We'll get even more view.
Put the microphone in the shower and he can talk. And just censor it out, Kate.
For me,
or we could do a little segments called "Which Part Am I Washing?"
I know it's his birthday and all that, but can we have a little treat? Go get him.
No. In your mind, for me, Shawnee, we would have to bring in Harry Kane. We would have to bring in a better keeper because I still think Kinsky, I don't put him on a level with like the likes of Raya, Donnarumma, people like that. He's still an unknown quantity. So you'd have to bring in a world-class keeper, a Harry Kane, and a top left winger, not Savinho. And then I'm going to say we can win the league.
All right, so okay, not Harry Kane then. So who's the striker that is not Harry Kane that you would, if you were to go and get Rashford or Leao, right? That's a tick, yeah.
Are we talking realistic?
Not Rashford, but yeah, Leao.
Leao.
No,
Okay,
Leao's
so
the same,
Leao.
Kate.
Leao. Okay, let me ask Kate first. So Leao, let's say we go and get a better goalkeeper. I don't think that's going to happen, but
No.
whatever. Diego Costa, yeah, perfect keeper, right? But best, one of the best.
Yeah.
And then a striker. What striker would make you then go, Tottenham have got a chance this year?
Oof. I was just looking at strikers. Funnily enough, there was a Japanese guy that we was a link with before.
Yeah, no, we are not fucking winning the league. I'm sorry, I'm going to upset Japan.
Racist.
Look,
it's not racist just because I don't rate Japanese football. It's not
the
racist.
striker market is
I don't
dreadful.
rate Ukrainian ones either.
No, Kate said no to Rashford, and I said Leao, but neither of them would be my first choice. I'm just going to put it out there. But I can't stand Rashford. I've got no.
You sound like a Portuguese cat. Leao. Leao.
But I kind of.
I had to get it out. It's been on my mind. Sorry.
Striker wise,
Osimhen. You go and get Osimhen, and you go and get Leao, and you go and get Costa. Then, Kate, are you saying we win the league? How about that?
Alvarez, maybe.
Average.
Yeah.
How about this? Marmoush. You go and get Marmoush.
Yes.
You go and get Rafael Leao.
Yes.
You go and get Diogo Costa from Porto. Are you then making the claim that Tottenham can win the league?
Yes, and I'm sliding off the chair whilst I'm saying it.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? This would be a terrible squad. Come on, Kate.
Go on, Eugene. What are you saying?
It's like we're playing football manager. Like a Rashford, low mentality.
It's three players, mate. It's three
Hold on.
players.
Leao, there's a reason why this guy is the age he is and still in Serie A. Nobody wants him. He's lazy, low IQ, inconsistent. We need mentality on this team, right? So he's not
You've got
the player for us.
mentality in Mathys Tel.
No, he lacks talent. That's a different issue.
I can't disagree
Sorry,
with
Shawnee. No, we need some like Rupi is perfect for us. He is the right age. He can improve, and he showed that he can score goals in this league. With Leao, he's lazy and consistent. Just ask AC Milan fans; they're gonna tell you. Savio, the quality isn't there. Like honestly, the market for attackers is.
No, shut the
shocking
fuck
right now.
up. The market for left wingers is so unbelievably saturated. What are you talking about? There is so much talent on the left wing.
Fofana would take for 30 million, like I told you before. Malik Fofana, I would take.
Almara.
You want Malik Fofana, but you don't want Rafael Leao.
Yeah. Why would you want Leao? Why would you want somebody who plays 30% of the games who doesn't try? Like this guy's a donut. Like
see, I don't agree with what you're saying about not wanting him, but what I will say is he's definitely a hot and cold player, right? When he's hot, he's fucking dynamite. But when he does,
Leao is levels above anything we've got in our squad right now on the wing.
But that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. We're talking about winning the league, right? We're talking about winning the league.
Okay, who's levels above, realistically, from Leao that we could actually obtain, right? That could actually take us to a title challenge or win the league? Who realistically could we get?
That's the whole conversation.
We're not going to get the next level. I know, but I'm saying we're not going to get the next level up.
Yeah, but
are we?
the question was, who do we sign if we want to win the league? That was the whole point of this whole conversation.
Right.
Leao, I think, could do it. I think so.
For me, Leao on his own doesn't do it because I think
you're not going to get Nico Williams. You're not going to get Kovac. You're not going to get, Luis Diaz. You're not going to get.
Doué? Do you get a Doué?
No,
No.
fucking course not. No
I
chance.
would love him, but no.
Well, if they're being linked, with quite a lot though. If they sign a couple,
no chance. in a million years.
Sean, I'd just like to remind you. Last year, you told me I was stupid for talking about Ramos, and Ramos has just left. I'm just saying. You put a big enough figure on the table where they've got Barcola. They're talking about bringing some big boys in.
Ramos didn't come to Tottenham.
Yeah, but they sold him for less than money than we was talking about. For me,
It's not about. It's about the draw.
Yeah, but Doué's one of those. Doué's one of those players.
Listen. The Derby's going to call him up and say we're winning the fucking lot bow, and he's going to say,
"Hey, Mr. Donut, James, you are fucking leveling up my level. I cannot do what you're asking me for. You fucking bozo. What is wrong with you?"
He's on his way, mate. I'm telling you.
Desiree Doué would never come to a team like Tottenham Hotspur. Neither would Bradley Barcola. It's not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen. Kvaratskhelia is not coming to Tottenham Hotspur. These guys aren't coming. Okay? You have to go level down. You have to go level down. Rashford's a level down. Gakpo's a level down. Liao's a level down.
Yes.
Right. These guys are proven output.
Is Tonali a level down?
Then you've got the input merchants. Then you've got the input merchants like El Mala, like Abda, like fucking Savinho, if you think that. Like those are the sorts of guys. But then in order to have that, you need to have a 9 that can put the ball in the back of the fucking grid. And I don't know where you go.
Is Tonali in that group down, or is Tonali in that top group?
Tonali's not a fucking level 1 midfielder. He's a level 2 midfielder.
Brennan Johnson is available.
Huh?
Brennan Johnson.
Honestly,
that guy, he scored 18 goals.
The conversation was well alright until you joined back. I used to like Americans, but now
Liao is the same way.
I have to agree. I don't think Tonali.
Tonali's level 2. Bruno Guimaraes is level 1.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's a little harsh.
But I also agree that I don't think we've seen the real best of Tonali yet because of the system he played in under
level 2.
Under
I'm not putting.
But
level
would you say Doué's level 1 then? Would you put him in that top bracket?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
Because when I was saying this in the chat the other day, people were telling me like Gakpo's better than him and stuff.
Well, whoever said that's a fucking idiot.
Whoever said that's a absolute bozo.
Gakpo is.
James, who was it?
No, I'm not going into that. But for me, that kind of thing, for me, I wouldn't have said that.
Call them out.
No, I'm not doing that. I would say for me, he's not on that. I don't think he goes like the likes of Real Madrid and play people like that. I'd say he's that kind of next one in between. But
who would you say the top level? Like a Vinicius Junior,
Kvaratskhelia.
Premier League team that could get him 100%. There's not a single Premier League team that wouldn't take Desiree Doué.
The Premier League's got shit wingers though, isn't it? We're definitely struggling in the Prem for wingers.
Agree.
He walks into any team in the world. There's probably a team.
He's 22 years old or 20. He walks into any team.
I agree with that.
Yep. James, you were having such a good show. You should have just left earlier.
Listen, we're talking about winning the league. Like you said, the question was, let me ask, who do we bring in to win the league? I'll give an answer. Nah, he's not coming.
Even Messi misses penalties, James.
Right. If we're trying to build a forward line that can win the league, if you're putting out Desiree Doué, I'd say yes, you're right. But I'm also saying you've got more chance of signing Jesus Christ and Muhammad and fucking Gandhi than you have signing Desiree Doué.
I would say the same about Harry Kane then.
I don't think I'm not sure I think that's a false equivalence because I think
You're talking about the best striker in world football.
That's fair. But the difference being, and the only reason I don't believe for a second Harry Kane's come back to Tottenham. I'm just saying that the story's out there.
You nearly just bashed one out live on stream about Harry Kane coming back.
On the prospect, but I'm baking into the reality that there's only a few teams that would ever turn Harry Kane's head. One of them is a Premier League revival, and according to the reports that I mentioned, he wouldn't join another Premier League club other than Tottenham. Right?
But so you don't think if we was to sign all these players,
if he wants to come back to get his Premier League all-time goal scoring record, he'll do it at Tottenham. And then you go, okay, but if he doesn't want to come to Tottenham, where else would he go? Well, if United and Chelsea and City and all that shit are ruled out, then it's either Premier League, and if so, it's Tottenham. And if that's not,
you can't do that. You can't say if they ruled everybody out. That's like me going, well, we can sign a duo, but if you rule out Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Man City, he comes to us.
Hang on, James. Come on, you're being difficult here. Like I'm basing it off of what's in the report, but there's also some logic to this. Right? He's a Tottenham legend. Would he go anywhere else? Question mark. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. But according to
he was
the
pushing
report,
to go to City.
But with Pep, without Pep, he's not going to City.
Pep, maybe not, right? He would never go to Arsenal. He would never go to Chelsea. He would destroy his reputation at Tottenham. He would destroy his reputation. Would he go to Liverpool? Maybe. Yeah. But they've got fucking Isak and they've got Ekitike, all that stuff. So I don't think that would happen, right? Would he go to Manchester United? I don't even know if Man United could afford him right now, which is so hilarious, right? So then you kind of go, well, okay, so you part the Premier League conversation. And again, I don't think he would want to come back to Tottenham if it wasn't for the fact that in 2 seasons he could win the Premier League's all-time greatest goal scorer thing, which is important. It's important, right? Then you go, well, where else is he going to go? Well, he's not going to go. PSG don't sign 35-year-olds, 33-year-olds. Real Madrid don't sign 33-year-olds. If he's going to leave Germany, it would be Barcelona. But do Barcelona have the money to pay for him? I'm just making
8 million on board.
I'm not making the argument that I believe it. I'm making the argument that's being made by the supposed journalists of world football. I'm just saying on that basis, maybe not this summer, but next summer, would Harry Kane come back? And I think there's a more than zero chance that he would come back to Tottenham. Is all I'm saying.
Oh look, I agree, but I'm just saying if we're playing Football Manager, we're playing Football Manager.
About it.
No, because you're saying he's never going to come back to us, and yet you're talking about the best striker in the world coming back to us. Like for me, why would he come back to us over Bayern Munich or Barcelona? You can make the same argument for any of the above. You really
can't make the same argument for Desiree Doué. What connection does Desiree Doué have to the Premier League or to Tottenham Hotspur?
All right, girls.
Well, we don't know. De Zerbi will get into it. Listen.
Am I getting murdered in the chat?
No, Danny's being rude. Just made me laugh because Jimbo was standing talking to me naked, and he did say that when Drew said we should play the game, what part am I washing? He was actually washing his willy at the time.
Yeah,
so
and then I said, Jimbo's got the Gimbo out.
Sorry, we're just being childish.
Okay, but listen, I just think that it's a different conversation to sit there and look at world-class players and consider whether they are viable Tottenham targets. And I think Desiree Doué, there is absolutely nothing to suggest that he would come to Tottenham. Whereas Harry Kane, there's history, there's the loyalty factor, and there's the fact that some of the other bigger clubs in Europe are not traditional types of teams that would pay or play a player of that age. So I'm not saying it will happen, but I'm just saying that the logic, if you're saying, well, if Harry Kane would come, then so too would Rafael Leao, then maybe.
Isn't it a domino effect, though, right? Couldn't it be a domino effect, though?
Now, like, you mean Leao's not going to come to Spurs?
No, of course.
Harry Kane might, you know?
But for me, Doué and like Yamal are on different levels, completely different levels. For me, personally, for me, I don't think there's anyone as good as Yamal. I think he's probably the best winger in world football at the moment. But
I think Doué's top five.
Elise is for me.
Yeah, that's a good debate. But yeah, for me, Yamal at that age, even what he did the other day, just disgusting.
Okay, so forget Yamal. Okay, let me ask this: do you think that Luis Diaz would ever leave Bayern Munich to come to Tottenham?
No.
Well, I don't know, but what I would say is if Kane's leaving and Elise's leaving, he isn't staying there, right?
Fair example. Would Michael Elise ever come to Tottenham now?
No.
Right.
But
why is that?
Because he's probably the best or the second best player on that position in the world football.
Right, but if he wanted to come back to the Premier League, there's nothing stopping him going to City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Whereas with Harry Kane, there is some level of loyalty that would stop him going to certain clubs that are bigger pecking order teams than we are, right?
And that's a fair point.
That's the argument I'm making, though.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is we was talking about winning the league, and for me, there's a lot of chips in place to make that happen. If you do go and sign Harry Kane and you go and sign the top left winger, he's going to see that also. If he is like, look, I don't think he's leaving unless he wants to leave, right? But if you've already got that top level squad, and you go, do you fancy it? I think it's definitely a lot more appealing when you can kind of go, yeah, we've just signed KANE, Tonali.
100%.
It's a bit more of a domino effect.
You know what,
that was the point I was making in respect of when you said, who do you sign to win that league? He would go on that, but he's obviously like the last piece of the puzzle to bring in.
I 100% agree with you on that. And I made this point about talking about players like Omar Marmoush, right? If Tottenham are genuinely linked with Omar Marmoush, right, or Rafael Leao, for example, if Tottenham went after Rafael Leao on June the 1st, before we'd done anything else, and when you want to come to Tottenham, he'd go, no. Why would I go there? Like 17th twice, like no Europe, fuck that. But now he's looking at what we've done in the back line and the midfield, and then going, what's going on? Like Tottenham are doing bits, right? Tottenham are making the most noise of any European team right now. Like fact. There's no like everybody. You look at Terry Flewers on United on his own United channel and Global Football. You hear Mark Goldbridge. It's all about Tottenham, right? Like how are Tottenham doing this? It's not fair. Gabby Agbonlahor. Everybody's talking about Tottenham Hotspur because we're making waves. We're irritating. We are annoying these other fans of other and experts or famous ex-players of all of these football clubs, and they're talking about Tottenham because Tottenham are irritating them because they're concerned about what Tottenham are doing. So it's far easier to go and sign Rafael Leao tomorrow than it was 2 months ago. Correct? Do you agree?
Yeah, of course.
And I agree with you, James, that maybe Harry Kane wouldn't join Tottenham 2 months ago. He probably wouldn't join Tottenham tomorrow. But if you go and get me Rafael Leao in the next week, and then you go and sign an absolute monster, a Keenan Yildiz, or you go and get an Omar Mamouche, or you go and get whoever the fuck it is that's next in, and then right at the end of the window, when England's finished their World Cup, and if he wins the fucking World Cup, and he's done everything apart from the Champions League, and then he sits down for a conversation with Bayern Munich and says, "You want a new contract?" And then Tottenham pick up the phone and say, "Listen, we've got that buyback clause that you haven't yet triggered, that isn't yet irrelevant because of you haven't signed a new contract. We'll pay you 400 grand a week. We'll pay you that. You come back to your fucking boyhood club and you be that cherry on the top of what we're doing here." And then I ask you again, if you get in Harry Kane and you've done that because you brought in Rafael Leao and you brought in someone else, whether it's Krupi or someone else, right? Is it impossible? And if it isn't impossible when it can be done, then could Tottenham win the league with that team? When you Sean, situations, Danny, it's true. I'm sorry, it's not.
Sean, I'm going to add this. Right. Think about how if we were to bring in Krupi and Leao, which is more realistic, and then we go for an opportunity, we get rid of Richalison, and then towards the end of the window, just say a hypothetical, right? Harry Kane comes in. All you have to do is look at the reaction of every rival fan, and that will tell you exactly how scared people would be of Tottenham Hotspur this season.
Already scared, Danny.
No, but I'm saying, imagine adding Harry Kane to that. It would be like a mass explosion with every rival fan. They wouldn't be able to deal with it because they would be genuinely worried about Spurs. That would tell you everything you need to know.
But fans don't know anything. If you look right now at United fans, there's a copium about Santos. Look, over the last 10 years, if you look at Man U, they spent all this money on big names who didn't fit the profiles, and they wasted all that money, right? We're not them, so we can't just go look at names, at the big names, and say, oh, if we get this guy or this guy, we're going to win. That's not how it works, especially with the way we spent. So all these names like Rashford, Leao, Marmoush, they look good on paper. But if you actually look at those names and see how they play, those are luxury players who do not win games for their teams. So this whole fascination with big names, it's not going to serve us well. I'm telling you.
So before I bring in everyone else, James, you want to jump, mate? Thank you so much for coming on, buddy. Appreciate you, mate.
For having us, guys. I've actually really enjoyed that, boys and girls. Thank you very much.
Yeah, mate.
Take care, James.
Nice to see you,
We went from top boy. Everyone was loving your takes to you fucked it right at the end there, and I got to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Quickly, what's the Diaz guy from the Madrid on the bench? to Brahim
Okay,
Diaz.
see you, mate.
Bruv.
He hasn't turned his camera off. Should we let him?
He's going to make a drink.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Keep it like that.
Just think that's what he's a plumber. That's what urinals around the world have seen. That is their view. All right.
That's someone else's view as well, mate, Drew.
Yeah, there's like plug holes everywhere.
I wasn't thinking of plug holes, mate.
Only jams, we'll call it. Where do you get to? Kate, what's your take? I think that Harry Kane story is not the same as like talking about other world-class players. There's other context, right?
Yeah, but I think we're living in dreamland. I think it was Drew that said it. Oh, excuse me. I don't see Harry Kane missing out a year when he could be. Honestly, Danny, you reading this chat? Have I been flirting the street?
No.
I have this chat tonight. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what people are on.
I think it's because it's Jimbo's birthday. That's why.
I was sucking my finger. Apparently, I didn't even know I was doing it.
We were talking about Jimbo's willy, and then you were sucking your finger. So.
I didn't even realise I was doing it. Yeah, look, Harry Kane, it is a completely different question. I think if he's going to come back, it'll only be to Spurs. And I think it will be, if it's going to be any time, it'll be next year. But I'd love to see him come back. You know, we all love Harry and what a difference he'd make. And this style of play as well. Can you imagine? He'd be scoring for fun. But it's not going to be this year.
I agree. Okay. I don't think it'll be this year either. I think it's gonna be the year after if we get him back. You know, could you imagine bringing him back on a free transfer if he decides to stay at Bayern Munich for one more year? Be a fucking best free transfer I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go. It'll be. I'm telling you, they're going to wait. It'll be one of them things. It will get to January. If Bayern Munich are still in the Champions League, then he'll see out his contract. If they're knocked out, they might get a cheeky little buyback for a few million in January and let him go.
Drew, let me ask you.
He's probably going to stay and win the Bundesliga again. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to do himself out of a trophy.
Drew, could you ever see him playing for a different Premier League club?
No, not really. Well, that's not.
No.
The only time I tell you what, the only way that I could see him playing for another one is if it's a case of De Zerbi or whoever's in charge really doesn't fancy him. He's fallen off. He's not worth the contract. And some promoted club or some club that's not a direct rival puts in a big package for him, and he's a few goals away from Shearer's record. I could maybe see it. But as far as him choosing to do it just out of, choosing to play, no. I think there would have to be some very specific circumstances. I'm not sure. Don't see it. Don't see it.
No.
I think we've covered everything tonight. It was only supposed to be an hour and a half stream, but we've been going for 3 hours. Absolutely fantastic. Is there anything anyone hasn't said that they'd like to get off their chest?
I have one thing to say. One.
And that's the end of the show, guys. Appreciate everyone. Thanks for coming.
No football talk.
Come on, you Spurs.
I don't know if it was covered when I was gone, but the rumor of Berghvall, I want to sell him. However, if we sell him to Forest, if we do business with Marinakis, I'm going to be fuming. That, we should never do business with him unless he overpays by a lot. So if Bergvall goes there, I'm going to be annoyed.
What if it means we get Neco Williams and we sell Spence?
But 50 million, yeah.
Would you do how about this? Would you do some crazy? I know this would never happen in a million years, right? Because one transfer is difficult enough. a swap deal plus cash is super difficult. But
Gibbs
in a
White.
world where Tottenham wanted
Gibbs White.
where City wanted Nottingham Forest, wanted Bergvall and Spence, and they were to offer us Morgan Gibbs White and Neco Williams, and then we paid them 40 million quid, 50 million quid. Would you do that? You replace Spence with Neco,
100%.
Spence
you
can
get with
fuck off for free.
Bergvall, and then you go and get Morgan Gibbs White. I mean, it would never happen that way. It would be insanely complicated. But in a world where could you see 2 players leave Tottenham, 2 players come to Spurs plus some money transitioning? I mean, imagine that.
I would kill for Gibbs White. He is still my number one. Like out of even Tonali, I rate Tonali Fernandez. Gibbs White for me would be the number one.
Is he because he's a goal scorer? Is that
He's a goal scorer, and he can play the 8 and the 10. He's versatile.
If you get Gibbs White, then if you get Gibbs White, you don't need Krupa Jr., right?
That's fine.
But they're different players though. One's like an inside forward type.
Yeah, one's an 8/10,
left wing.
one's a 10/9.
Can Krupa play on the left?
You can play on the left as well. Yeah, you can play on the left.
So on the left.
Yes, I'd take him.
Gibbs White, he'd be perfect for us. But yeah, I'm holding a grudge against the fat bastard.
We're gonna end off here. We've got more to talk about. Oh, someone's just jumped in. Hang on,
Any more bombers? Any more bombers?
Sean? I don't any more bombers. I think someone's just jumped in, but we're about to end off. Let me bring him in for a second. Brian, how you doing, mate? We're about to finish. How you doing? You okay?
Hey.
I'm unmuted, am I? Yeah.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
You're here. We are about to finish, bro. So have you come in with something absolutely spectacular to say?
What I've got to say is that Eugene is always right about everything in terms of player acquisition.
Thank you. Check is in the mail, buddy. I love it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Loud and clear.
That was a joke, by the way.
No. Cut the stream, Sean. Cut the stream.
Sorry, Brian, mate. We're literally about to go. We've been going for 3 hours and 10 minutes. Mate. We're about to drop off, but we're going to finish off right now. Guys, I want to say massive. There's a few super chats. 1 second. There's a few super chats I haven't brought up. Big up to Roy PS2QL, who's been a member for 14 months. Big up to you, Roy. Just big up to my Spurs family. I appreciate you, Roy. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you for your loyalty and your support. Loves Music has said, if we got Kane back, we win the league hands down. That's been a large part of the conversation for the last hour. Listen, I don't think it's realistic, but that's where there's
actually I've got a bomba, Sean. It is realistic that Harry Kane could come back this summer because we're a completely different entity to what we were before. And he has a big attachment to Tottenham Hotspur. And he's going for the Premier League record.
Yeah.
I think it would still have to take. It would still take more than Harry Kane, but I appreciate.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm saying about bringing him back. I'm not saying about winning the league or anything yet, But I'm just saying, like, in terms of bringing him back, we can actually go to Harry now with a realistic offer, and say, look at our team and look at the wages we can offer you.
Do you think if England win the World Cup, right, and Harry Kane lifts that World Cup, do you think there's more of a chance?
Yeah, it definitely adds
that he comes back.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know why, like, because Kate's saying no and Eugene's saying yes. So
I say no because I think he's that good and he's playing the best that he's ever played. And I heard Ricky Sachs say the other day that he only thinks people have appreciated Kane since he's left Spurs, just how good he is. And I just think it'll make him even more hungry to win that Champions League trophy. So why would he come to a club with no Champions League?
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true, Kate, in terms of his appreciation. Like everybody's always known how good he is, in my view. Like
I think Tottenham fans have. I don't think rival fans ever really appreciate how good he was.
I agree with Kate. I agree.
Okay.
But now he left for the trophies. This is the biggest trophy. If he wins it, then the level of appreciation in England and just that trophy, I feel like
the captain to win the World Cup. There's no other honor that he
and Ballon d'Or.
It would be amazing.
And a Ballon d'Or, yeah.
He comes
but
sure.
Kate's right though. He might if he does win a Ballon d'Or and a World Cup, then the other thing that he'd want to win is a Champions League, right?
Sorry, mate. If I'm entirely honest, as it goes right now, if we win the World Cup with the current performances amplified over the next 2 games, it will be Jude Bellingham that wins the Ballon d'Or, not Harry Kane.
Kane
Yeah,
saved
but
you guys.
what if Harry
Twice
Kane
before.
scores twice in the semi and twice in the final, like Jude has just done in the previous games? Then it's Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Well, Harry
But
Kane
it shouldn't. But the thing is, no, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that Harry Kane doesn't win a Ballon d'Or because Jude Bellingham has been crucial in some of the run-up games, right? Because it's the Ballon d'Or is based on a whole season.
The Ballon d'Or should be based on what it is you do for your team and what it is you do for you. But the World Cup will be the starting point for next season's Ballon d'Or, not for this season's Ballon d'Or, right? So if Jude Bellingham goes and scores 20 goals for Real Madrid and Real Madrid win the Champions League next season and he's got the World Cup behind it, he'll get the Ballon d'Or.
But I'm saying this season, the Ballon d'Or.
Kane scored like 70 goals in a calendar year.
The Ballon d'Or has already been given this season.
50 something, isn't he? Or isn't he up to 50,
it hasn't.
50 something.
Close enough, Drew.
Yeah.
Thanks for correcting me.
Anyway, listen, we got to go. But listen, Love Music also RDB is aiming for a second. You'd be mad. Yeah, I think. Listen, I love the Zerbi. We'll see what happens. You have to bake into your context whether or not he's here for the long time.
Oh, did you see the Ornstein number?
Spurs are a completely different entity to what we've been used to now. Because not only have we got the stadium and the training ground and been in the Champions League for 6 of the last 10 years, we now are actually buying big players and we've got RDZ in.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. I hear you. Listen, mate, we've been going for 3.5 hours, mate. We got to jump. Guys, listen, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody. Kate, how far away, Kate, are you?
We are now 39, my age, nearly.
Let me get it up.
39 away from 3,000. So we're getting there. And it's Jimbo's birthday,
There we go.
So,
guys, in the chat, if you're still watching, there's still 800 people here. You know what to do.
You've got to get 39 now.
Smash the granny out of this particular link right now. Okay, Kate and Jimbo, if you love Kate, we all love Kate here. Smash the like button or the subscribe button. Just hit that link. We were 39 away. 39 away.
You can do that before we go, Sean.
The next milestone. We got to see it get done. We have to see it get done. Drew, when you next available for the fan show? Is it Friday?
We'll do it Friday, mate. How's that?
Friday. By the way, Drew and I are starting a new weekly show called Pissed and Stoned, and it's going to be just talking about whatever, basically.
All sorts. It's going to be it's going to be a little bit of satire. It's going to be some football, some world news. I might even dabble into some politics, which I don't.
Yeah.
We need to get Sean. We need to get Drew set up with the AI thing, so you two can do some AI together. That'd be good fun.
100%.
Drew's going to be drinking Magnums and Thatcher, and Sean's going to be smoking a split.
There you go.
Sean, what day is the rabbit hole back?
Yeah, I know.
The rabbit hole. What day are we today? It's Sunday night. I think I'm going to do the rabbit hole Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, and then Friday. We're going to bring back Friday night rabbit holes. Every single Friday, uninterrupted. So rabbit holes are coming back. Drew, you're going to get involved. Eugene, we miss you, my man. Haven't done it for ages. We'll get everyone who wants to be on the rabbit hole can come on the rabbit hole. We're getting it back.
Yes.
We're bringing it back. It's
Getting it
back. Back. We're bringing it back.
But I got some hot takes.
Okay, there's lots to talk about.
Good channel. Good channel.
Good player. Good players.
Good channel.
Right,
Good
Kate,
discussions.
Kate,
Good
Kate,
discussion.
Kate, got an update for me? What are you on?
We've only got 2 new ones. 2.
Fucking hell, people! There's 700 people watching.
Sean, you shouldn't end it until you get 3K. It's only 37 people.
We're keeping going. All right, it's 10:20. We can keep going. Listen, Drew, I'm going to hand over to you.
10:20. We'll go over to we're going to go to 11.
Yeah.
No, we're going to keep going until we get Kate 30 more subscribers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, all right, cool. All right, well, you go and relieve yourself one way or another.
Jimbo's in the bedroom. Jimbo's in the bedroom now thinking, fuck you, Sean.
Jimbo, do you want subscribers or do you want some pussy? One thing or the other, mate.
Hey, one thing or the other. Hey. All right, tell you what.
You just
I'll tell
lost
you
your
what, let's touch
monetization
on,
right there.
Let's touch on this guy, because it would be interesting to get people's takes, because Sean, I'm hoping he can hear me, and it's nothing I wouldn't say to his face anyway, but he will not give up on the fact that Romero, because Romero's dad came out and said that he's got a release clause, I've not seen, heard, boo nor fuck about anyone else saying anything about it.
Yeah.
Plus, when Romano has spoken about it, he hasn't mentioned it either. The only thing he's mentioned is people not willing to meet the asking price. So let me ask you this. Do any of you guys think, and I'll start with you, Kate, do you think he has any kind of release clause? And do you think anyone's interested in him? Or is it going to rely on him going further in the World Cup to actually get him some attention from somewhere else?
I think he has a release clause because he signed a new contract, didn't he, last year, I think?
Last summer. Yeah, it was last summer, yeah.
So I think there's probably a release clause in there, but I don't think there's any real interest yet. But obviously, if we get dumped out of the World Cup on Wednesday and he scores 2 cracking goals, he's had a good World Cup, really. He scored a couple of goals. Might generate a bit of interest. I don't see him being at Tottenham at the start of the season, but I don't know what we'll get for him. I think we might have to take a bit of a hit.
Yeah. Brian, what are your thoughts?
I'd agree with Kate that if he signed a contract last summer when there was already speculation that he was going, that points towards a release clause, in my view. And we weren't in a good position last summer either, really, with him. I think he's a cunt. Oh, sorry. Well, you were saying things before you even left.
We don't say the C word.
We don't say the C word, not the C word. It's the one that's off limits. It's the one that's off limits.
But the P word is okay, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. All right.
Anyway, Romero.
Look, this guy, let me
Have
get
I ruined everything?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
I hope you haven't ruined everything, mate, because it's a long old show of monetization that might have been destroyed. Come on.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
sorry.
Hopefully not. All right.
But
I
don't know what the interest is like in him, because like we've seen before that a lot of people have a bad opinion of him outside Tottenham as well, like even worse than we have, I think. So I don't know what kind of money we're going to get or offers for Romero. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Where we up?
Where
we up?
I told you so.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Shawnee, finish the stream, then you can dub that bit out, because we're still 31 away. So finish it, and then you've got enough time to just cut that little bit out at the end, so you don't lose your monetization.
All right, it'll be fine. Was it only once in my absence? Was it only once, or was it?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
Brian,
need to display the rules and stuff.
You can't. Well, you've been on. Okay, whatever. Just don't say that stuff,
Okay,
guys. There's 730 people here. I need one paper. There's 720 of you. You can't all have subscribed to Kate and Jimbo. Okay.
Yeah.
You cannot all have subscribed to Kate and Jimbo. If you're watching this on a phone or on a laptop or on a computer, and even if you are watching this on a TV screen, Kate is a wonderful part of this channel. She's an awesome part of the community. They are listen, on the precipice of thresholds. It's a really meaningful thing. It's a massive deal to people personally to just get over the threshold. So if you appreciate me, if you appreciate the channel, if you appreciate the people that are part of this channel, if you love Drew, if you love Danny, if you love Eugene, if you love Brian,
or if you don't like me,
anybody, if you love anybody that's part of the community, we've all been through this threshold thing. Okay, you're sitting at home. It costs you nothing at all to just get your phone out and then type in Kate and Jimbo on YouTube. Okay, it's a massive deal to
I'm just putting the link. I'm going to keep putting the link in the chat.
Absolutely nothing. It costs you nothing at all. You don't have to pay for any of this free content, right? If you were to watch, if you enjoy watching Tottenham fans have a fucking argument and talk bollocks for 3 hours, you get to do it for free, right? You get to do it for free. No one asks you for anything. No one asks you to put in super chats. No one asks you to subscribe to anything that costs you money unless you want to. And we appreciate when you do. We really do. But to the individual content creator, it is meaningful. It's a big thing. And it's Jimbo's fucking birthday, okay? And Jimbo's waited patiently to get a blowjob from Kate. Okay? And so
you can say that.
Out loud, why the hell isn't Kate able to come and help me out? It's my birthday. So all we're waiting for
come and help me out.
Do it for fucking Jimbo, people.
In it, Jesus Christ, people. What are we doing here?
Let's hit the subscribe so that Kate can go and service.
No, it's so Jimbo. It's so Jimbo can have a good night.
You see how I can make a mistake.
Yes, Brian. There's rules, okay? There's one word you can't say. Okay?
Oh my God!
There's one word you can't say. Okay, that's it. That's the word.
Okay? That's the YouTube rules, my friend.
That's it.
There's only one word. The C word.
Bro. If it wasn't,
there's a couple. No, there's a couple.
I would say the C bomb every 5 minutes because it's a term of endearment. I'm not having a crack at you, Brian. If you didn't know, I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
But other things are fine. But for the love of God, everybody just hit the fucking subscribe button so that fucking Jimbo can have his night. You know what I mean?
In fairness to me, right? In fairness to me, just before you left, you were talking about the P word, and then you come back in and you're talking about blowjobs.
Yes, Brian, I know. Just hear what I'm saying, mate.
Yes.
Words, mate. Not my rules, bro.
You can have as much frustration and as much angst about it as you like, but it's still a thing.
What are we doing here?
Okay.
I've just checked with BAR, and it definitely is a thing. You cannot say the C word. So but we're only 20 away.
You can't say the.
Come on, guys. 20. Click the link for Jimbo. Give the man a break.
Fine, I'm going to sub.
You lot in the chat, there's 740 people here. You are stopping Jimbo's birthday fucking thing.
Right. And Kate has been flirting for 3 hours and everything. She's been sleeveless. She's been showing everything. She's been like, come on, guys, you got to give
this
the
Qatar. What are we doing?
Yeah, he's on the precipice, and if he takes another one, he's going to pass out.
The thing is, Drew, Jimbo's 64, you know, so he's 64 today. These blowjobs, we don't know how long he's, you know, he's going to be.
The blue pill is wearing off.
Right.
The blue pill is wearing off.
So,
come on.
It's almost charitable.
There's people that have massive heart attacks in their 40s, and Jimbo is flying it at 64. So, like,
17.
You got to respect.
We're 17 away.
17 now.
Come on, guys.
Okay, right.
17.
Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to play a quick game between the six of us. Okay, we're going to play a quick game between the six of us. Okay, and it's going to be like this: higher or lower.
Oh no.
Okay, higher or lower.
I'm higher. I am definitely higher. Yes, I win. What do I win?
Okay, Jersey.
Higher or lower? Will Tottenham, Danny, I'll start with you. Will Tottenham finish higher or lower than Brentford next season?
Higher.
Higher than a 7.
Higher. Higher.
It's literally like an episode.
Where's our prize?
Like an episode of Father Ted in that corner of the screen down there.
We have to wait for May. We have to wait for May for our prize.
Father Ted was brilliant.
Will Tottenham finish higher or lower than Chelsea next season, Eugene?
Higher
than a Chelsea. Higher we go.
Eugene.
Higher.
Yes, Eugene.
Okay, Brian Timlin. Will Tottenham finish higher than a Newcastle next season?
Yes.
Higher again.
Higher.
All right. Drewski, will Tottenham finish higher than a Liverpool?
Yes.
Wowzers! Come on, guys. I'm struggling for content here. Kate, how we doing? How we doing?
11 to go.
11
Come on,
to go.
11.
Wait, people. Jimbo's got a fucking blue balls like you've never
And Jimbo's listening to us finishing higher than Liverpool. Imagine how hard this man is right now.
Okay, are Tottenham going to finish higher? If we're finishing higher than Liverpool, we're finishing higher than Newcastle, we're finishing higher than Brentford. Are we finishing higher than Aston Villa, Kate?
Yes, higher.
Higher than a Villa! Higher than a Villa! Okay.
Brilliant.
All right, listen, thumbs up or down, people, because this is for everyone.
Yeah, go on.
Are Tottenham finishing higher or lower than Manchester United next season?
Higher.
Higher, I think higher.
Higher.
Oh, fucking
Jimbo's getting harder by the second.
This is like a weird football edging fucking thing.
This is going to be
like Jimbo's dream.
It's going to be classic 20 seconds.
When you finally get to leave this
20 seconds, Kate,
stream,
it's going to be.
when you finally get to leave this stream, Jake, just fucking rewind back the last 5 minutes. And when you're doing your thing with him, play this.
Flip it.
Jimbo's not going to even last.
9 away.
We're 9 away. Click for the link.
Come on, 9.
Click for the link.
Come on, Jimbo.
Until Kate gets her. What is the threshold? 5,000? 3,000.
3,000.
3,000.
3,000.
You know
Seven
what,
away.
we ain't stopping until we
7
get
away.
5,000.
7 away. Come on, everyone.
7 away.
Seven
We
away,
ain't
people.
fucking going. No,
Oh,
we ain't going anywhere.
I'm going to sub.
Ladies and gentlemen, are we higher or lower? I think we've covered them all, apart from 2, I think. Higher or
Okay.
lower than Manchester City?
Ooh.
I'm going to fucking go for it. I'm going for it.
Look at Kate. Oh, my God.
Higher.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Why not?
Wow.
There's
That's
no
it, Daddy
pep.
boy. That's it, Daddy.
Yeah, it's true. There's no Pep. It's a big thing they're going to go through next season.
We
Beautiful
all know
thing about
Kate's
being
not. We
positive,
all know
Daddy.
Kate's not doing this for the football anymore. This could be one of the promoted teams.
I love the fact that
Jimbo's
Drew-
in the background.
Drew's saying that whilst he's also doing this.
This is
Yeah, but
escalated.
to be honest, she needs to calm Jimbo down right now, not be going upwards. I mean,
3 more.
Right.
Come on. 3 fucking more.
Jimbo's not going to last 10 seconds at this rate.
But it's also for Kate, right? She's a fucking champione of the
An
community.
absolute
We love
Kate-
Kate.
100%.
She's
She's an
awesome,
absolute OG,
awesome
like.
fun. She doesn't take anything in bad spirit. Like a lot of people are sensitive. A lot of people are donuts. A lot of people, you know, they want to fight their opinion. I'm someone who I'll get into a row about shit with people. Kate, you take everything in good spirit. It's banter, and you appreciate that. I love you, Kate. I like I love all you guys. But guys, you got to give Kate and Jimbo the last 3. Get over 3,000.
Come on.
Yeah,
Hey!
3,001. Jimbo's cheering. I can hear him.
Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Jimbo's already finished himself.
He said he's
We did
gone
it.
from waiting.
This is what happens. This is what happens when communities come together.
Are you ready yet? Are you fucking He's got his baby all around.
I just didn't need to see it. Didn't need the action.
In the background, you hear him going, appreciate you, Sean. Now shut the fucking stream off, Kate. We got things to do.
Now somebody unsub. Let's see what happens.
As soon as we finish ahead of Liverpool, I think Jimbo is already done anyway, you know.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Thank you, Shawnee, Danny, and everyone.
Congratulations, Kate.
So I guess the one thing we've learned is that Jimbo's going to finish above all of us, right?
Yeah. Go on, Jimbo. Get your Jimbo out for Kate.
Brilliant.
You know.
I did not see the stream ending this way. I'm just going to put it out there.
By the way, that's the end of the
It's been a
Spurs
fucking
talk. We had a good run,
stream.
people. We had a good run. That's the end of the show.
You only sing when you're coming. Sing when you're coming. You only sing when you're coming.
Oh the Spurs Talk Show is fucking finito, bro. It's
fucking amazing.
Everyone get over to everyone fucking subscribe to the rabbit hole. We're not leaving until the rabbit hole gets to 2,000.
Now we're talking.
What about the other channels? What about Danny?
I'm not fucking leaving.
Danny Kiriako's going sleepless for 3 hours, man. Where's his love?
All right, Kate, we'll let you go. We'll let you go, miss. We'll let you go. Listen, we're going to round it off. We'll say a massive thank you. We're going for 3.5 hours. It's been unbelievable from you lot in the chat. Thank you so much to everybody that's been a participant in tonight's show. It's called. It was called. What did I call the show? History's Apart. Something for a reason. What did I call
Tipsy Tottenham.
Tipsy Tottenham. Tipsy Tottenham. There you go.
More like Tipsy Tottenham.
I'll say a massive thank you to everyone that was a part of it. James that came on and left. Eugene, you came on and then left and came back. You nutcase.
I gotta do what you gotta do.
Who else was on the show earlier?
Only Vans. Only Vans.
Oh, Rain.
Oh yeah, Rain.
And Only Vans.
What's Only Vans? Who was that?
Remember he showed his junk before he left? Only Vans.
What?
James Flower.
Oh, James Flower.
Only Vans. Oh.
Yeah.
James Flower. Flower Power.
All right, guys. Listen, love you all. Listen, tonight was a wild one. It is Sunday night, and I looked around the community before we went live, and I was like, "There's nobody else in the community who's going live on a Sunday night, which is prime time." And I was like, "Okay, well, should we take it seriously? Fuck that. Let's just go."
It's been a great show.
Love you, Danny. Thank you for coming on. Drew,
thank you for having me.
Always, mate. My man, my partner in crime. Always, bro. Always. Eugene,
bro.
Coming on, Brian, right at the end. Kate, go and make your man have a lovely birthday. A big up to you all. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early. Love you all. Like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you to all the super chiddly chit chats as well. Love you guys. Take care. Bye bye. See ya.
Thanks for coming.